no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. It's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He giving. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. It's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The Spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. It's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Hey. Hey.
Hey. We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. It's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He giving. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. It's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The Spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. It's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient. We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. It's right, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He giving. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The Spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He giving. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The Spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient. We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He giving. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Israel, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The Spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Israel, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Israel, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He giving. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Israel, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The Spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Israel, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Israel, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black.
Our people have no idea what the truth is. That's why we're out here, to give you the truth. Psalms chapter 119, verse 142. Free. Psalms chapter 119 and verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy love is the truth. Preach the truth. Have no idea what the truth is. That's why we're out here, to give you the truth. Psalms chapter 119 verse 142. Read. Psalms chapter 119 and verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy love is the truth. Preach the truth.
Shalom, shalom, Israel, shalom, Most High Christ bless, Most High Christ bless. Welcome to Patient Saints Radio. What do we have?
Shalom, Israel, I'm Deacon Malak.
Captain Shemaiah.
Captain Ebazai.
Captain REA. Captain Barnabas.
Officer Solomon.
Shalom, Israel, Most High Christ bless. Officer Carmel.
Hey, bro. He ain't supposed to introduce himself before you. He's a freaking guest.
Oh, let's do it again.
That's how we always done.
You're supposed to say, Officer Kamalai with featuring guests.
Oh,
I'm 6 man, Dig. I'm 6 man.
You the first sub off the bench,
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, they got a 6-man award too, so
Hey,
you know.
I play my part well. You know what I mean? Whenever y'all need me.
Hey, but let's get back into some brothers on a quest.
Oh, yeah. What?
Went to see waterfalls.
Let's not talk about the quest.
Don't go chasing.
Let's not talk about the quest.
Waterfalls.
Everybody ain't go to the quest.
Bro, last
It would be
night,
unfair.
there's a sister who said, my husband took me to see the waterfall at Dominica. I'm like,
I felt like it was Mount Zion.
I'm like, what waterfall? She said, you guys didn't see the waterfall?
It was like, nope.
I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. She said, oh, he took me way in the mountain.
I felt like I was in Mount Zion.
I feel like I was in Mount Zion.
It was the promised land
It
of
was
milk
like
and
the
honey.
promised land. He showed me
milk and honey.
He
up
showed
there.
me all the kingdoms.
He took me to a very high mountain.
I said, "Who's that?" She said, "Officer Elrod."
Damn.
I know you're so romantic, brother.
Damn. I didn't know this brother was so romantic.
It's the first time
She
I
said,
met Anna.
she said, Deacon,
Love her.
I think I want to move there.
He said he
I said, Dominica? She said, yeah, I love it over there.
Oh man.
said he had a picnic basket with manna.
Damn. Hey, live joyfully with your
He
wife.
said he
G.
had quail and manna on the
man.
picnic.
All praise.
Hey, but you know, that was his off days. Hey, he spent it with his wife.
That's right.
All praise.
That was his day off.
All praise.
Hey, I didn't have my wife there, so I didn't have no day off.
I have my wife there.
So if you ain't had no wife, you didn't get no day off?
I didn't have no day off.
I didn't have
If
a
you are
day
not
off.
there, they got no day off. Hey, there was another captain who was on the beach, holding
Sand in his toes.
eating fish, fresh fish. He go
Swimming all over the place.
swimming in the pool.
Oh, and sand.
There's another prophet who was in the jet ski.
Oh yeah. There was a
Oh,
prophet
yeah?
on the
There
jet
was
ski.
a
Oh
prophet
yeah,
on
that's
the
right.
jet
That's
ski.
right. That's right.
I didn't get no day off, bro.
Me either, Dick. Me and you, Dick. You know
I didn't
what
get
I'm
no
saying?
day off, bro. We did 20 radio show.
And
one
you saw
TV
some
show.
Benji
Putting the
draws.
work in.
What? I didn't have a day off.
20 radio shows and some
I did
Benji
regular
draws.
clothes.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I saw
yeah,
it freaking
yeah,
Benji in his jaws.
But you
That's what I had.
can't leave out that he was
Don't
cooking
forget the
breakfast
hug.
in his drawers.
You're cooking ackee and swordfish in his drawer.
In his drawers.
That's
how
some
Benji-
breakfast.
That's
Go
how
like
Benji
this.
y'all want
get down.
I go like put my hands up. Hello, sir.
Then he put his
You
hand in
know-
the plate and put it to your mouth. Like, you want some?
You want some jackfruit?
He handed him a sausage.
You want some ackee and saltfish?
After you offer me breakfast, I said, sir, you know you in your jaws, right?
You want some yam and
You
banana?
know you offer another man breakfast on your jaws, right?
Yams and bananas.
So crazy, man.
Yam and banana. Say it,
Nah,
Cal.
man, he didn't offer me no breakfast. The
He
hell's wrong
offered
with
you. You ate breakfast with him. I heard.
No, I did not.
He
I
offered
heard
you,
about a date.
he offered you a hug.
See?
Oh yeah, you did offer you a hug.
Hey, man.
In his drawers.
He didn't offer me no damn hug.
He like wiping his hands on his drawers like an apron.
Yo, Israel, let me tell you something, Israel. Never tell these brothers nothing that happened to you, bro. Never.
Like this. He said, "Oh, good morning, good morning."
Never tell these brothers nothing that happened to you. They're gonna eventually use it
He hit
against
Dick
you.
with the drawers, wiping a handshake. That's not in some breakfast.
And then he said, bring it in. He said, I want to love on you. I want to love
Come
you.
over here, so we want to love on you. Bring it in.
Yo, Israel, bro. Brothers should
underarm hook
brothers should not
groom.
tell your guys nothing.
Hey,
Because your guys gonna use it later on.
this isn't our words, by the way. This is
Bro,
eyewitnesses
listen, man.
told us
Listen,
this.
I didn't hug the brother. What the hell's wrong with you, man?
You try to lean back to not touch his
Bro,
drawers.
we walk in their studio.
They were chest to chest.
That thing was nasty as hell.
Yam and banana.
And we hear the bathroom flush. The guy coming out on his jaws. He go. Your guys go over there and sit down. We all look at each other like, did he know he's on his jaws?
Oh, he's like the 3-year-old that got a strip to use the bathroom.
Oh my God.
He go, hey, go and sit down. We all look at each other. Where? Ain't no damn sit down. But that thing is disgusting as hell. And then we all look at each other like, nah.
You shake his hand, D?
All of us,
you
to
shake
get our
his
beer, all
hand?
of us said, hey, you know, did you know he's in his jaws? Bro, hey, listen, Benji got to take some L for this one, bro.
Yeah? Did you shake his
What
hand?
island was that, dude?
No, we did not shake his damn hand.
You shook his hand.
No, we did not. Bro, y'all not sound like
No, you
I was
said
the only
bring
one
it
in
in.
there.
You
It
said
was
bring
like
it
at
in.
least 7, 8 of us in there. What's wrong with y'all?
All y'all shook his hand.
No, we did not.
Everybody.
That's one of the strange nation. That's not a Benji.
That's not
an
a
African.
Thank
Bro,
you.
that's Benji.
No, that's an
Benji,
African.
bro.
Hey, listen, in the islands.
Adicon. Who the hell is Adicon?
African.
African.
Ain't not them African. That's Benji.
In the islands,
African.
in the islands, there was a lot of Simeon there.
Yeah.
Am I right or wrong?
trying to blame somebody else.
It was.
Why Benji always
Benji
trying to
don't never
Simeon?
want to
Benji
take
don't
the
like-
blame.
I did
There
not.
was a lot of Simeon.
I did
Why
not.
Benji never want to take
They
the
never
L?
want to take the blame.
Listen. Can I
Benji
say
never want to
something?
take the L.
I never said it wasn't
scattered
Benji. I just mentioned somebody else
deflected.
that was
Why
there.
you deflected?
You know what?
deflected.
We used to get
Okay,
beef
okay,
for that.
you know
Why
what?
you
I'm mad
bring up
now.
somebody else's name?
Hey, I'm mad. We're gonna go over all the island we go to. What's the name of the island we go to?
Barbados.
Haiti.
Haiti.
Bro, we didn't go to Barbados. We didn't go to Haiti, bro. We did not. Hey, we did not. No, I'm talking about the island and we just come from, bro. The hell's wrong with y'all?
Haiti.
We didn't go to Haiti.
Yes, you did.
Bro, we did not go to Haiti.
Yes, you did.
We went to 5 islands.
Wait,
Was
D.
came back.
Lord said
was Captain Gideon teaching in
Creole.
In Creole.
In French. Yes or no?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Right.
Hey,
What the hell to do with where we been?
There was a little Haiti out there, Deke.
Deacon, you did go to Haiti because you came back with 5 cases of baby powder.
Oh, damn.
Damn. What the hell is this big head is talking about?
We know about y'all. Hey,
What is he
That
talking
came
about?
out of nowhere.
hey, y'all and y'all baby powder.
What is he talking about?
Yo, Cap sound like he been holding that in for like a week.
He been waiting to drop that.
He was not even there.
Like you lucky Bishop
I
was
was
there.
in
I
the
was about to hit
spirit.
him with that one.
D, he said you. I don't know where that came from.
Hey,
Deep finna have a lawsuit from Johnson & Johnson
Hey.
for all the baby powder
Hey.
he brought back.
you know how they went to Haiti? They went to Haiti for the Voodoo Fest.
Baby Ariel was not, bro. Captain Ariel was not even there. What is he talking about?
He talking about your baby powder.
You talking
He
about
was
the
not
baby
there.
powder, D? Hey, how did you get?
He
How
said
did
you
get all
got
that?
duty-free
The
baby
hatred.
powder.
Hey, how you
The
get all that?
hatred for Levi, man.
Hey, how you get all that baby powder through customs?
Yeah.
He got it at the
There's
duty-free
no damn
station
baby
on
powder.
the,
He
on the
make
boat.
the whole thing up.
He said you got it from the duty-free station on
He
the boat.
make the whole thing up, bro. He wasn't even there.
Why you get mad, D?
D, he said
Because he
you
was
get
not
mad?
there. He make the whole thing up. But he been holding that thing for
He
a
said,
while. bro.
You got hatred on the low, D? You been waiting, you got hatred on the low, D?
The hatred for Levi is something else, man.
he
That
said,
was funny.
he said, Deke said, I don't want that Hennessy. I want that Johnson & Johnson.
That's that premium.
The hell with that white Hennessy.
Hey, that's that real pure. That's that real pure white.
Pure white.
You know what?
That's that
You know-
real
you know-
Becky.
You know what,
Ain't
man?
no softer Johnson & Johnson than Island Johnson & Johnson.
You know what? The joke is over, man.
Oh, see? That's Johnson and Johnson right there.
Johnson, what they cut.
You know what?
Motley and Motley calling like if you have a lawsuit, if you use more than an ounce of Johnson's baby powder in the last 6 months, you may be entitled.
Look at D looking at the comments. D
Why
looking
the,
at
why the
comments
hell
right now.
Asa got on gloves to press buttons?
He got low iron.
That
You
brother got low
iron,
iron.
bro.
Control.
That brother anemic.
Hey, go get some vegetables, brother.
Only
So the
on
sister
patient.
hooks you up in a salad.
Hey, bro. If I'm clogged up, I would wear gloves too.
What is going on this
Oh,
morning?
y'all got jokes today, man.
Patience Saints out of control.
Yo, Asa took the gloves off. Look like,
Take it out.
hey, bro, seriously,
man.
it's best you keep the gloves on, bro.
It's better than wiping your hand on your drawers.
Take over
Come on,
control
bro.
the show, bro. Take over control the show, Cap.
Hey,
Take
y'all
over
are out of
control
control
of the
today, bro. Oh my lord! All right.
Hey, we had all that pent up. We ain't seen y'all in a long in
All
a
praises,
minute,
all
man.
praise,
We
all
missed you,
praise,
D.
all praise.
We missed you, bro.
Hey, man. Yo. All right, give me a favor, man. The rest of the show, Captain Area, do not talk to me, bro. For the rest of the show, don't talk to me, bro.
Yo, look what you did already.
Hey, Deke don't play fair. It big head you all day. Don't say that.
So now he justifying why he
Brother,
said
the brother had hatred for Levi, bro. The scripture said, "Thou shalt not hate Levi in thy heart."
Oh, Levi.
Levi,
Oh, damn.
yes.
Thou shalt not
the
hate Levi in
attitude.
thy
I
heart.
didn't realize that, D.
It's okay, Deke. There'll be other waterfalls next trip.
Damn.
But
There'll be
all
other water-
praises.
Yeah,
Shout out to everybody that was on the quest, man.
That's right, that's
It
right.
was it was an honor and a joy to be with you all doing the work of the Lord, and as well as enjoying those memories together, man. There's a lot of memories, man. A lot of
That's
memories.
right.
Hey, you know what I always say, Cap? For brothers and sisters that's proving each other, that's the best place to go. You know why? They can escape you.
I thought it was Tabernacle.
So you're
No.
so you're creepy. She can't outrun your creepy ass
Nah.
on the quest.
You cannot outrun her. She cannot at tabernacle. They can outrun each other. I can get away from your tabernacle.
True.
And the cruise, where you going? you're in the middle of the water, nowhere.
She was like, don't you got to go teach or something?
Hey, everybody
Go
gotta
teach the Dolphins.
Everybody got to go to the Windjammer. So you,
Yeah.
you ain't escape.
All praise.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that if your guys proving each other, I'm telling you, I see where brothers and sisters proving each other. They went in the quest. They come back.
They
be like, hell no, we good.
I'm good.
Yeah, hell no, I'm good.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
but I see some of them go. They come back. They following you. They get married.
All right.
I saw a brother. I forgot his name. Forgive me. The brother just got betrothed this past Sabbath. Yeah.
All praise.
He's like, yeah, you the one, girl.
That's right.
I
Hey,
seen your sandy feet and I can handle it.
I can handle
hey,
it.
you know what's so funny though? Speaking about that, I've been hearing that brothers and sisters have been having the windjammer withdrawals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bro. Listen, man. Stop talking about one gentleman. You wasn't there.
He's one of them.
Listen, man.
Yeah, you gotta come back and
You got to
cook
come back and cook.
Come back and reality.
Wait on. You gotta wait on your food now.
So you gotta clean your own room now.
Yeah, I got to clean your
I gotta
own
make this
walls.
bed up myself. What the hell is
Make
this?
up the bed yourself.
Go to work.
Oh,
Hey, I
that's
heard,
the worst part.
Kev, I heard mad people get sick from that boat, man. That boat was freaking old as hell. That boat got molding, I heard. No, I'm serious. Captain Isaac got sick in his room. I heard he was almost molding. The boat was old. Yeah, that was an old boat.
Thank you.
It was nice though.
No, I'm not saying it wasn't nice.
It wasn't as nice as the last year.
Yeah,
It wasn't nice as last
but
year.
it was still nice. The boat
But
last
hey,
year was
I'm just telling the truth. The boat was old.
He complained about the boat from last year. You can't please
No, I
Levi
did not.
for nothing.
I did not. Boy, listen,
Why the
man.
hell is ship so
Levi,
big?
Boy,
Why does
Levi,
boat gotta be so
Hey,
big?
bro, we Levi, we used to boats. That's what I gotta say.
Y'all used to
Nah,
boat?
y'all
We
used
used to
to.
boats, man.
No,
not boats like that.
no,
though.
no. There's
Well,
no.
I didn't
boats
ask
like
you guys
that
to
in
make
Haiti.
comment. I just say we used to
None.
boat.
Not boats
Hey,
like that.
None.
They say canoes.
You the canoes.
It's driftwood.
They got the Manasseh boat. The Manasseh boat.
Driftwood.
2x4 and a bike and a two.
Hey, bro,
like this
can we
one
go?
on a
Can we
piece
go
of
to the
wood.
article, bro?
No, we're talking about
Is
boats
Levi
right
on the
now.
wood?
I'm talking about something.
Levi can't swim.
That's all Levi got to America.
Where you going, Babylon?
Or the driftwood.
All praise, all praise. What we got, Cap?
Oh man, y'all funny, man.
Go up to the top of the article.
Shout out to Patient Saints.
Driftwood.
Driftwood.
So this is something very important that we want to go over today. We're going to have a special guest call in that's going to enlighten us with legalities. He's an attorney, and this is something that is meant to entrap our people. Okay, the article is titled from the Washington Post: "How to Make an Innocent Client Plead Guilty."
Dang.
This is some heavy stuff that goes on, and what we try to do on Patient Saints, I know we joke, we have fun, we enjoy being here with you all every Sunday, but we try to bring reality to you. This is a reality in this captivity, where you're guilty until proven innocent, and in that them painting you as guilty, they want you to plead guilty. They know we don't have much money for the attorneys. They know we can't handle court fees and all of that stuff. So what they do is they say, you know what? To avoid all of those fees, avoid all of that headache, avoid wasting the state's time, just plead guilty. But let's get into the article. Go ahead, bro.
This is the Washington Post. How to make an innocent client plead guilty.
Damn.
They got a blueprint.
Damn.
There's a video. I don't know if y'all want to watch it or not. No, it's an actual video.
That's it right there.
How long is the video?
That's the commercial to the ad.
Oh, that's a commercial?
That's a commercial to the video.
To the video. It's a video.
All right, so
Officer, how long is the video? Do you know?
It's short. It's not long.
You want to try it? Try the video.
Let's read the article while the ad plays, and then mute it so that it doesn't interrupt as we read, and just let us know when the video is ready. All right?
Cap, you want to read it? You want to read it, or you want to play the video?
Because it's 27 seconds. We're not going to watch the ad.
Oh, okay. I see what you're
Or
saying.
you can skip it in 5.
Go down. Let's start reading the article. We'll go back up.
Jeffrey D. Stein is a public. There you go. Jeffrey D. Stein is a public defender in Washington, D.C. The conversation almost always begins in jail. Sitting with your client in the visitation room, you start preparing them for the most important decision the person has ever made. Though the case is just a few days old, the prosecution has already extended a plea offer that will expire within a week. and because local laws might require detention for certain charges at the prosecutor's request, or because criminal justice systems punish those unable to pay bail, your client will have to make that decision while sitting in a cage.
Damn. Now, let's go up to the video now. Now listen. Remember we went over Rikers Island?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
This goes to that same thing. Because you're not able to pay bail, your back is literally against the wall.
Yep. Yeah, it was like a guy who he did like 100 days in jail or something over something like $100 worth of bail or something. He's like, I ain't had $100.
We did the article we did. The brother couldn't afford a $900 bail, and he
$900. I know brother cannot afford $50 bail. Yeah. He's sitting in jail.
Yeah. And he sat in Rikers Island. That's what the story was. And same thing with Khalif Browder.
Yep. Yeah.
Khalif Browder couldn't afford bail, and he sat in jail. Eventually went crazy, came out, killed himself. Things of that nature, man. This is a reality. Let's watch the video.
Can you unmute it?
Serious felony. Your conversation almost always begins in jail. In the visitation room, you begin preparing him for the most important decision he has ever made. And he'll have to make that decision while sitting in a cage. The prosecution has offered a plea bargain. It expires soon. If he accepts a guilty plea, he'll get out of jail sooner than if he goes to trial. Before the plea offer expires, your investigator tries to identify and interview the prosecution's witnesses. Are they unreliable, making faulty assumptions, lying? It all matters to your client's freedom, but you're operating in the dark because you don't know who those witnesses are. Why not just ask your client what happened? That might work if you were guilty. But innocent clients can't tell you what actually happened because, for the most part, they don't know. You lay out the options for your client. He could go to trial, but a judge may detain him, which means waiting in jail for months, if not years, before a jury hears the case. The idealist in you hopes that your client will fight. You think he could win. But the realist in you recognizes that if he loses, he will go to prison, potentially for decades. The other option is he could accept the plea offer. It would mean going home sooner. It's no wonder that 95% of defendants accept plea offers. It's also no wonder that so many people exonerated of crimes like manslaughter and drug offenses originally pled guilty. Your client signs the paperwork admitting to something that you believe in your gut he did not do. The judge asks you, does either counsel know of any reason that I should not accept the defendant's guilty plea? You want to shout, yes, Your Honor. This plea is the product of an extortive system of devastating mandatory minimums and lopsided access to evidence. My client faced an impossible choice. He is saying what is necessary to avoid the possibility of losing his life to prison. Instead, you reply, no, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Hey,
Damn.
Okay.
Real quick. There's Alicia, I just put a video in the group. We're gonna come back to this article because I saw a movie years ago, Before the Truth, that stuck with me. And this movie is about this exact same thing. But it's based in Texas. In Texas, it's entrapment where they force you, just like we're going over this article in Washington Post, they force you to plea. I recommend everybody watch this video. This movie is called American Violet.
Now, let me tell you something. Mm-hmm. I'm going to confess to something. Let me tell you. Ooh. What you just watched, I am actually an example of that. Mm. When I was in the world, long time ago, I got arrested, right? Now, I sit in jail for at least 13 months. Never saw a lawyer.
Damn.
Lawyer never show up.
How long?
13 months. Lawyer never show up, right? One morning, 4 a.m, they wake me up. You got to go to court. Mm-hmm. I went to court, right? So I'm sitting in the cell, and they said, oh, the sheriff comes say, oh, your lawyer's here. Keep in mind, I never met the guy in my life.
You don't even know that somebody.
I never met the guy in my life. I walk into a little small room. There's a glass between me and him. So he said, "Oh, you're gonna plead guilty today." I'm like, come again?
What the hell is this?
I'm like, come again? And he was dead serious. Yeah. I'm like, come again? He said, well, I look at over your case. You have no chance. Damn. I said, but you didn't even ask me what happened.
Well, thanks.
I'm telling you, the system,
Crazy.
the way the system work, America, listen, it's a trap for black men, for black people, period.
Right.
The way that, let me tell you, the way the prosecutor work with the lawyer is like this. I am the prosecutor, you the lawyer. Or let's say all three of you are lawyers. I'm the prosecutor. I said, hey, okay, we got 3 cases. Each of you got a case. I say, I tell you what. You give me, I give you 2, you give me 1.
This one is easy. This one is easy.
Yes.
It's a quick conviction.
They say, your client faced 20 years. I tell you what, I'm going to let them go for 5. And the next one, if he please, I let them do 5. But the next one, you're gonna have to give it to me.
Like I'm up for re-election. I need something.
That's how they do it. That's how they play with people's lives.
Yes. And they do that over lunch.
Yes, they do that over lunch.
They do that over orgies in the back with the judge.
That's how they do it over lunch.
Damn.
And they said, hey, bro, I met when I was in there. Remember, I told you I was in there for 13 months. I met people in there. I met guys, and I'm talking about young guys. You know, they charge them for that conspiracy thing. You know, when a bunch of them got arrested. Well, there was a situation, I remember there was a case. 3 young brothers. The prosecutor said, hey, he's 60 years divided between your 2.
Damn.
I'm dead serious. The prosecutor said 60 years divided between you 2. So you know what they did? The top guy, who used to be the top dealer, he say, okay, I take 30. You guys take the other 30. Each of you do 15. Damn. That's how, bro, I'm dead serious.
Y'all decide how y'all gonna split this time.
Yes.
Y'all finna do this 60 though.
And the prosecutor say, hey, listen, I'm not taking that 1 year. He's 60 years because those guys they charge him with racketeering, murder, all type of crap. But guess what? They didn't give him a chance to go to trial. She just said, hey, 60 years. Your guys, she left the room. She said, your guys discuss it, how your guys gonna do
I'll be back in 15 minutes.
I'll be back and your guys discuss it.
And here's what they do. It boils down to how convincing they can be to a jury.
Right. Yes.
So they come in and give you, they'll tell you, listen, you're looking at 100 years.
Yes.
But we'll split up 60 among you.
Yes.
Now they don't have to even go through the stresses to have to prove anything to anybody.
Right. You just gave them a free job.
You gave it to them. Hey, play that video. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, by the way, when the lawyer call in, he might, what I'm about to say, he might say that's not true or not. If I'm not mistaken, don't quote me on this. Every time you plead guilty,
bring it out.
They get paid.
Yep.
Like your 3 other client, you plead guilty. I'm not getting paid until you plead guilty.
Yes. The public defender.
The public defender.
Right.
That's why they want you to plead guilty fast. Oh, this case right here is closed. You plead guilty, okay, I get paid.
So it's kind of like on once the case is settled, that's how they get money.
That's
so whether you
So now
innocent,
So guess what? Now they try to make as much people plead guilty as they can.
To get it over.
Another thing I want to add to this is this is what I always said, and I said this last night. The whole system connected. They all agree. They all agree because the more the prosecutor push for you to be guilty, the more the jail system fill out.
Yes. Yep. Right.
Remember,
money.
Yes.
They gotta keep it full.
They gotta keep the prison full.
Yep.
The prison full, they're making money. The prison is in the stock market.
That's right.
It's money in it for
you cannot.
everybody.
Yes,
except for you.
Everybody's getting paid.
20,000
Yes.
per person.
Yes, everybody's getting paid. The judge is getting paid. The prosecutor is getting paid. The public defender is getting paid. And guess what? Some of this prison, you know who on the stock is the senators, the governors, the Congress. They're on the stock.
They private prison. That's what
yes,
they are. They're private prison.
Yes.
And also remember too, those public defenders, their workload is unbearable.
That's why they make you plead guilty
so
fast.
they plead guilty to get through those
Yes,
cases.
yes.
If you have a desk with cases stacked high, that's why like you mentioned, you never meet them.
No.
They don't go over the case with you because it takes too much time. They have too much of a workload. So they're trying to push through those cases to look good for the higher ups to be moved up from being public defenders. It's all politics.
Right.
It's politics. Play that movie real quick.
Hey, we got a phone call?
Now Malachi, I don't know what he's doing over there.
About to wipe the table.
Go ahead.
Play.
D. Roberts.
Excuse me, what is going on? It's my pocket tickets, I'm sorry.
Ms. Roberts, you're charged with distributing narcotics.
That can't be right. I never had anything to do with drugs.
What's happening in Melody is happening all over our country. Drug task forces use military tactics to terrorize poor people.
Hey, Gerald.
Figured I better come get the girls.
You know D got custody.
D's in jail.
Meanwhile, federal money goes to the counties that convict the most people, and plea bargains are aggressively pushed to hasten.
Stop.
You hear what he said?
Federal money goes to those counties that have high conviction rates.
Is this a movie?
That's a movie, but it's about a true story.
Money.
It's about a true story in Texas. That what they do is it's public housing, so the police every so often goes and terrorizes those in the public housing. Now, here's what people don't know. You live in public, I think we mentioned it before though. You live in public, let's say I live in public housing, and my son gets arrested for drugs. He lives with me. He gets arrested for drugs. I lose my public housing status.
Right.
Because there's a convicted felon in that you can't be a convicted felon in public housing. You lose it. And this movie, it goes into all of that. And I always thought it was a deep movie. It was something underlining in the jail system.
Right.
Go ahead. Go back a couple seconds when he says federal money goes to them. Yeah, right there.
People, and plea bargains are aggressively pushed to hasten those convictions.
If you don't take the plea, we will prosecute you.
That convict the most people, and plea bargains are aggressively pushed to hasten those convictions.
If you don't take the plea, we will prosecute you to the fullest extent of the law. 16 to 25 years.
I can't do that. I mean, what am I going to do about my kids?
They don't give a damn about you.
So, Miss Roberts, what has happened to you and others here in Melody is simply wrong.
It's a true story.
You take the plea, then they will leave you alone. I did not do anything.
And stop. This the reason. Another reason the movie is heavy is because it's so much pressure put on you. Your family starts to cave in.
Yes.
Your family starts to cave in. A lot of brothers and sisters aren't built up enough to combat and deal with that kind of stressful situation.
Right. They got your kids.
They got your kids.
You ain't got no money. They ain't got no money.
Hey, Cap. You see how the mother is telling her to plead guilty.
Yeah,
remember in the Central File,
Yes,
one of them hit his father.
Yes.
Because his father forced him. He said, "Hey, plead guilty," but he didn't do it.
Right.
And Digo, now that you mention that, what it's showing you, this is Texas, but Central Park 5 was in New York.
Right.
The system is all connected.
The system is connected
from California to New York. It don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
They all have the same agenda, the same premise. All of
the same policies.
Same policies. Go ahead.
D, it ain't always about you. You got kids to take care of. These police been raiding this project since I was a kid. Why is that any of your business? They made it my business. I want to help.
Ms. Roberts, they're going to come after you even harder.
Unfit parents are why the state has homes for children. Give me my girls!
I am not an unfit mother.
If Dee wants to drop the case, now's the time to do it.
You be very careful what you say down here. You make enemies for life.
There is a woman that has struggled.
Bye, I love you.
And suffered, not just for herself, but for us all.
You ain't gonna leave me alone unless I plead guilty.
Hey, stop real quick. Stop. Hey, you know what this reminds me of? Khalif Browder.
Yes.
The same thing happened to him when he was not pleading guilty. They made him sit in the jail for X amount of time, and then when they brought him to the court, they would always deny him and send him back. It's the same thing. In other words, you're punished. You're punished for not pleading guilty.
Yes.
Right. So they want you to plead guilty, but you're punished for it if you're not.
Hey, Cap, what you said is that's what happened with me. Remember I told you the guy show up? So now, he in his mind he's thinking, you know, I'm stupid. So I go in front of the judge. He told the judge, oh yeah, I talked to my client. My client want us. I told the judge, hey, listen, I don't even know who the heck this guy is.
Who the fuck is him?
I told the judge, that's the first time I met this guy.
And he's deciding your life.
Yeah, I said, hey, I just met this guy this morning for like 10 minutes. He's talking about plead guilty. I told the judge, hey, as far as I'm concerned, this guy's not my lawyer. I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Damn.
So the judge said, oh, you know that? Oh, you know what the judge said? The judge said, oh, you know that? Or you're going to have to wait to find you another lawyer.
See, there go the gas.
So that means
you got to wait
year.
in jail.
So I look at the judge, I say, listen, I've been waiting for 13 months. I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Damn.
I've been waiting for 13 months. I can wait for 13 months. But this guy right here, hell no, I ain't pleading no guilty.
I don't know the boy.
I don't know this guy.
I don't know this boy.
I told him, hey, hell no, I'm not pleading no guilty. I don't know this guy.
They put it to where you ain't got no real options to do anything. It's like, what you want to do? You want to go through it now, or you want to go sit some more? They know you don't want to still be locked up in that cage.
Right.
So that's why a lot of people
Evil,
they end up taking those deals.
Yeah, man. It's the system, bro.
Yeah.
Because this is a like. We see the one situation of them doing the movie on, but this is all throughout the hood.
Daily. It's like daily.
You know what I'm saying? Like when those cameras ain't on, this is happening like crazy.
Because I was watching an interview with Umar Johnson this morning, and that's what he mentioned about Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania has the highest conviction rate, mainly Philadelphia has the highest conviction rate in the country. And this is a way to get these young brothers. Now, I'm not saying they're doing all the right things, but there's a great proportion that weren't doing anything at all.
Right.
This sister was at work. They said, "Oh, you was distributing narcotics." She's like, "What are you talking about? I don't deal drugs." And she had to go through the entire system, without being a drug dealer. Like she wasn't a drug dealer.
Non-violent offense.
And bro, you met a lot of them in there.
Yeah.
Bro, listen, I met guys. Okay, for example, I know this brother I was with. He is a smoker. He smoke weed. They have a picture of him buying weed. You know that he got 10 years for that?
Damn.
Never got him with no weed.
Bro, he never got no case, never been in jail in his life. No records. Because they have him picture buying weed, smoking weed. Bro, the prosecutor said, no, he's a drug dealer. Bro, they offered him 10 years, bro. Guess what?
Took it.
He took 10 years.
Crazy.
He said, bro, I didn't do nothing. I just smoke weed. And I've been smoking weed for a long time. Because they got a picture. You know what they charge him with? Conspiracy. They didn't have him selling. Keep in mind, they don't have him selling no drugs. Because they have a picture of him with a guy that sells drugs, they charge him with, remember that law was for the Italian mafia.
Yes.
Now they took it. Yes, that was the RICO law.
That law
yes.
actually comes from with the mafia with Rudy Giuliani.
Yes. Now they take it and they put it on black.
Then it went to Nicky Barnes and
Hey.
Now it's to your doorsteps.
Yep.
Hey, Cap or Deacon, can you explain that? Because a lot of people online don't know what that law goes into. Being trapping.
Listen,
guilty by association.
That law is a crazy. That's the most stupid law.
Yeah.
For example, I know this brother. Me and Laba and him used to be friends in the world. They actually deported him. They went to his house. They didn't find nothing. Now imagine, they bust into his door. They find nothing. He did 17 years.
Wow.
Because they have a picture of him talking. They didn't have a picture of him buying anything. They have a picture of him talking to a drug dealer. They give him 17 years. Man. And after he did 17 years, they deport him back to Haiti.
I think it's crazy. That's
how crazy this place. That's how crazy the system is.
On another level, it goes. For instance, if you're the say you're the leader or the kingpin, you don't touch the drugs, but you got underlings that do it for you. Right. they can lock you up based on you running a criminal organization.
Okay,
with no evidence, like a kingpin law, or the RICO.
Remember what they said: 95% of these cases never see trial, especially federal cases. They never see trial.
One of my homeboys growing up, very close to Captain M, as I know, is very close. His brother was well known. I wouldn't say kingpin, but well known. They charged him with those same conspiracy and RICO laws for all of the men that were under him that committed murders, that dealt drugs, that they have pictures of. He got the time that they got. So the conspiracy laws, anyone you're associated with that does a crime, you get convicted of it.
Remember, if you was selling drugs in your mama house,
that's the point.
And your mama know, your sisters know, your aunties know, they going to jail too. And everybody in the house going to jail.
There's a slim chance that wherever you stashed your money, if it's at your baby mama house,
she going to jail too.
They're
called accessories.
Our homeboy, they took his mama, his young brother, the girlfriend. They took everybody. Why? Because you knew he had stuff stashed in the house. You never said anything.
I can get the script. Leviticus 5:1.
Did we have a phone call, Malachi? Because you said you had a call.
Yeah, somebody else now. Leviticus 5:1.
Yeah. Hey, listen, and you brothers and sisters, man, that's still in that life. You at some point you gotta realize that's no life at all.
Right.
You ain't got no options.
Hey, Cap, this is why I always share my story. I didn't share my story because, listen, that's the person I used to be.
Right.
I think most I every day forgive me a second chance in this truth. Because this truth to me, that's why I keep telling your brothers, man, you guys don't have no idea where I come from. You have no idea. I ain't going nowhere.
Right.
Because I know what I was doing. I know where I've been. So if you guys think Deacon Malachi is leaving anytime soon, you're mistaken. Because there is only one way for me. It's either stay in this or die.
Right. That's the only option.
That's my only option. You guys don't understand. That's the only option. Most didn't give me no other option. You either stay in this or I'll put you as to death. Excuse my language, but or I'll kill you.
And
I choose life.
And that's the same thing too. Many of us, Most High was holding back things from us. But the minute you go back into the world, he's going to unleash all of that stuff on you. Whether it be disease, whether it be jail, whether it be death, whatever the case may be. He's holding it back through his mercies because you are here doing the work of the Lord. So he's holding it back. But listen, don't think for a second he's going to hold it back when you decide to go back into the world or to be your own, go off and do your own thing, change, bring heresy and change doctrine. No. Be ready for the wrath of the Lord.
Man, bro, listen, man. I'm ready to do whatever it takes to keep these young men in this truth, not to go to that same path. Right. That's my goal. That's why I always share my story. So these young men know, listen, man, stop playing game. There's nothing out there but death. Stop playing game.
Hey, Deke, and that go right back to it. You brothers and sisters still dealing with the wicked of family members that are entangled in that mess. The Most High is even showing mercy with that. You don't need to be around them people. Point blank.
I think we got a phone call.
No, hold on. Captain X for scripture.
Leviticus 5:1.
Carmela.
Leviticus chapter 5 and verse 1. And if a soul sin and hear the voice of swearing and is a witness.
So that's what Deacon Cap was already talking about with that conspiracy and all that. You know that your people selling dope. Because it's very few times that if they in the mix and you close to them, you don't know You know what's going on. You trying your best to, but guess what? He buying you shoes. He taking you to the club with him. They buying bottles. You at the bar, popping bottles right along with them, smoking big bags right along with them. Go ahead.
Whether he have seen or known of it, if he do not utter it, then he shall bear his iniquity.
And guess what? That Esau gonna hold that same thing against you. You ain't tell on him. You ain't say nothing to us.
I want you and your mama, y'all decide split these 60 years.
Split these 60.
Bear your iniquity.
Imagine that.
Hey, but jump to verse 3, because we always read 5, but we don't go, 1, but we don't read 3.
Verse 3. Or if he touched the uncleanness of a man.
So now this is going into, different unclean things, but guess what? you going into, it could be anything. It could be not necessarily dope, but
any manner of sin.
Yeah, any manner of sin. Because guess what? You could know somebody a pedophile. You could know anything about it. And guess what? You ain't saying nothing. Keep reading.
Whatsoever uncleanness it be that a man shall be defiled withal.
So with any manner of sin he get caught up in,
and it be hid from him.
Like whether I ain't knew it was no law against that. Right. I ain't knew that carried that many charges. I ain't knew. I just was. Go ahead.
When he knoweth of it, then he shall be guilty.
Yeah, and guess what? Once he know it, he guilty. And guess what? You guilty right along with him. Like that movie with Martin, with the lady slapped. He said, "You got that slap because you with him." You know.
So you can't. So there's no you can't be ignorant of the law.
Right.
There's no
ignorance of the law is
relief.
no excuse.
Yeah. Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
That's what Esau say. Yep. Ignorance of the law is no excuse.
All right, let's take the call. You ready? Hey, Shalom caller. What's your name, question, or comment?
Shalom, most our first blessed, Captain.
Shalom, sis.
Hey, shalom, sis.
This Sister Gabriella. I was calling you because they have a law that's called like the objection law, and you're thinking that you're in good hands because you have a lawyer / or a public defender. Well, when you or the lawyers or if your public defender don't object for you or you don't object, it's automatically you getting time because it's the law. If nobody objects, you putting your life in their hands, and then they just sell you right on down the river.
So this is during your trial, correct?
What state is this?
Pardon me?
What state is this, sis?
Indiana. You know,
Indiana.
You have 3 constitutions. You got Constitution for United States, Constitution of the United States, and every state has its own constitution. So it's in those laws.
Whoa. What you mean every state have their own constitution?
Yeah.
Pardon me?
Yes.
Explain, sis, what you mean by every state have their own constitution. Explain. I never heard that before.
When every state has its own constitution. So you have to look up those laws that operate for your state.
Like carry laws. Like carry laws change between states or like legal aid to marry.
Okay, I see what you're saying. It's basically, for example, we know New York got the worst laws when it comes to guns. New York, you got caught with any gun, you went to jail.
New York City.
New York, I'm talking about New York City. Yeah. So okay, I see what you're saying.
Right.
Okay, so during your trial, if there's no objections, you're pretty much just turning over your life to them to decide what's going on.
Exactly.
So what they just give you like, hey, this is what we said you did, and if you don't say,
if your lawyer doesn't object, because who I forgot who it was. We went over a story, and the brother, the prosecutors are saying certain things, and the brother's looking at his lawyer like you're not going to object, and the lawyer just sat there quiet. While the whole thing is going on. Now that the sister mentioned this, it made me think like, okay, so how did the brother get these football numbers? His attorney never said anything.
Spoke up for him.
Matter of fact, you know who it was? It was Shine, the rapper.
Shine.
Remember Shine? Shine the rapper. I remember they said he was so upset when he did his after his arrest interview. He was like his lawyer, he's hitting his lawyer like, yo, say something. The lawyer wouldn't say a word. He just sat there. Yeah, I remember that.
Took the money around, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, can I
Thank you for your call, sis.
Can I get a scripture?
No.
Whoa.
Hey,
how they put auto tune on your mic?
Hey, I got a lawyer supposed to call in. Leave the line open, please. It might be him right now.
Hey man, I'm talking about.
And remember, don't give your name or your state if that's you, bro.
See, I thought my little railroad was bad. They did you way worse. I went to court for something. I think it was some kind of ticket or something. But I ain't had did it.
Confess, bro. Go ahead.
But I ain't had did it. So you know,
I ain't had did it.
Damn.
So you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in there. I'm like, bro, I ain't finna plead it. I ain't. You know, they ask you, you no low, all that kind of bullshit.
That's the wrong number.
So
hold on. That's the wrong number. He just said that's the wrong number.
Is the number 678?
Hey, give me the number again. The number for
770.
Oh, 770. Sorry.
Give me the number. 770 what? 629
5743.
5743.
What were we saying?
So like, so they asked you to plead whatever. So I stayed till I'm like right round about the inner court. Everybody done went through. I say, look, I need to go talk to whoever because I'm not pleading nothing. Right. So the public defender, he had the papers, right? And so he, you know, he asked my name. He went through it. He said, okay, this the charge or whatever. And on the paper, he like got it the way I could see it, and it got $246 like fine, $246. So I said, nah, I ain't do that. While he looking at me, he scratched through the 246 and wrote 430. He was like, you still wanna? I was like, so y'all finna.
Oh, so he upped your fine.
He was like, if you want to take it, if you want to go to court with it, he just scratched through the two.
This is what you facing.
I was like, man, take this little funk ass.
Yo, listen, Cal, the system. Let me share another story with you. Wow. Right? You know, after you did your time, they put you on something called a halfway house.
Yes.
They put you, and after the halfway house, you go to probation. Well, listen. So I did my little time. I come out. They put me in the halfway house. Now, let me tell you, this system is suck. Black people, listen, stay the hell away from the system.
Man, what?
I'm telling you. Let me tell you what happened, right? Yeah. You go into the halfway house, right? They push you to get a job. Once you get the job, they took a percentage of your check for the halfway house. If you decide not to get a job or not to pay that percentage, you have to go back. Let's say you was in that house for a month or 2 months, 3 months. You have to go back, did that 3 months.
Yep. The 3 months that you was out, you got to go back and do the 3 months.
Yes. I met a guy in there. He did, as a matter of fact, this guy did 25 years. Damn. You know who sentenced him? Giuliani.
Damn.
That
but
devil there. He
come out, right? They forced him to get a job. He get the job. Now they want him to pay. He said, no, he ain't paying. They said, you know, you got to go back. He said, listen, I just did 25 years. You think 2 months is going to break me? Well, he went back. He said, I want to do 2 more months than give you guys a penny of my money.
Right. Damn. Yeah,
he went back.
It's horrible.
Bro, listen, this system, bro. I remember I was telling you guys this story, right? So they put me on probation for like 5 years. You know, probation, the first year you got a report. The second year is you call. The third year is every other month. I was in my third year. You know, that's why I keep telling you, hey, for those of you who got those government jobs, you see those bagels with the poppy seeds? Yeah. Be careful with those because you know, if you eat these, you go take a test, it's come back at you.
You got THC in your body.
Opioid.
You got
heroin. So I eat one. I forgot I eat one. So I went for a test. I got a call from the lady. Oh, you got to come in right away. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? Oh, your probation might revoke. I'm like, what the hell are you talking? So I went in there. She go, we got you ain't come back dolly, blah blah blah. Or we gonna have to add more to probation. I'm like, hell no, you're not. She's like, what are you talking about? I said, listen,
I ain't did nothing.
I ain't did nothing. I don't know that. Oh, she said, well,
did it.
I said, listen, I want to go back in front of the judge. Because they don't want you to go in front of the judge because there's a lot of paperwork. Yeah. She said, "Oh, all you have to do is take an extra year." You know, I said, listen, I don't think you get this. I don't think you hear me. I'm not taking not 1 day more.
Right.
I want to go back in front of the judge. Then she called her supervisor. The supervisor said, "Oh well, you're gonna have to take at least 2 months." I say, I don't think you guys hearing me.
I'm not taking nothing.
I don't think you guys hearing me. Damn. I'm ready to go back in front of the judge, and now he come with the threat. Oh, you know, if you go back in front of the judge might give you another 3 years. Right. I said, I don't give a damn.
He tried to act like he doing you.
So when they see me really not budging, he go, all right, I'll give you another chance. All right, go take another test, but you're going to have to call every week. I said, I don't care. I know I didn't do nothing.
Right.
I know I didn't do no drugs. So I don't know what you guys talk about. So that's how the system is, bro.
Yeah, man.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the state of Georgia, you have to pay for probation.
Yes.
Bring it out.
You have to pay probation.
You have to pay probation.
I went to jail for probation.
Remember when I went to go see John Tate?
Yep.
And I was at his probation hearing, and they were like, yeah, okay, we're gonna release you to such and such, and you're gonna have to pay $40 every month.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, I remember.
Brother ain't got no damn job. I mean,
I
how the hell
remember
you gonna pay $40 a
my mom
month?
used to have to pay my. She used to struggle to pay my damn brother his probation fees and stuff like that.
Hey, you know what's
It's a
so
business.
Yeah, you know what's so crazy?
It is a business.
Georgia is one of those states where the law they don't play here. In this state, they don't play because
this is still down south, bro.
I was looking at that in
Redneck town.
Yeah, traffic wise. In California, it's known, any traffic stop or traffic ticket is known as an infraction.
In California.
In California, meaning it's a
traffic, yeah. Traffic
it's a slap on the wrist. Here, let your insurance accidentally just lapse.
$800.
Oh, you going to jail.
$800.
And you have to bail out.
Yeah. Impounding your car.
They're impounding your car. You got to pay to get that out.
I was in my dead daddy car.
Mm-hmm.
All his bills was coming out automatic pay, so I had his car. Police pulled me over. You ain't got no insurance on this car. I'm like, bro, all this stuff auto paid. My dad just died. I'm just driving in the car.
Dead car.
Yeah. But them folks say, if you can't put insurance on the car right now, I'm taking the car and you going to jail. Me and my wife in the car. Early in the morning, me and my wife, I put the insurance on the car. That was like $2 something right there.
Right there on the spot.
Right there on the spot. They was like, all right. But he gave me the ticket. I showed up the court. Them people say $800 for riding without that insurance. I say, man, take this little. I was in there. They like, you could go on probation. I was like, no. Take this little $800, man, and leave me alone, man. I'm like,
bro, this system
no games.
suck, man.
Yeah.
We got a phone call, y'all.
Yeah.
Special guest. Shalom, brother.
Shalom.
Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Hey, shalom. Most High Christ bless.
Shalom, Christ bless.
Hey, do not say your name, bro. We already know who you
Or
are.
the state you're in.
Do not say your name or the camp you in, all right?
But
Yes, sir.
explain to us who you are and how you fit into all of this.
What you do, your
And-
profession.
Yeah, who you are, what do you do?
Yes, sir. I've got 20 years in practicing criminal law throughout the nation, fed and state. I like the subject, the topic that you guys have put up there, how to make an innocent client plead guilty. Yeah, it starts with that 13th Amendment. See, the 13th Amendment, here's the fallacy. They did not set us free. They just turned us loose. And they come back and they pick us up when they want to.
Damn.
Yes, sir. And so they put that bail system in place to squeeze us. They'll lock up, say they lock up a husband and a wife. The wife ain't had nothing to do with anything. But they'll squeeze the wife to get the husband to cop a plea. Or they'll put that excessive bail on them. Bail is excessive if you can't afford it. But they'll say, well, you had a gun, so you're a danger to the community. Or you're a flight risk if you've got relatives living in New York and you're safe from Florida. So now you're a flight risk. It's a very important subject that you brought up today. Thank you.
Dang. So wait a minute,
So
brother.
20 years in legal practice. All praise.
Yes, brother. You said something heavy there again. You said, can you just repeat that real quick about the 13th Amendment?
Yes, sir. The 13th Amendment from the President Lincoln, we were supposed to have been set free. But understand, they did not set us free. They just turned us loose. They come by and pick us up when they want to. You understand? So, I mean, in reality, the only time that you can have legal slavery in this system, in this world, in the United States, what you have is when you are a prisoner or a convict, you are considered no longer a free man. Freedom doesn't apply to you.
So you just So correct me if I'm wrong. With that 13th Amendment, they just changed the name of slavery, basically, and modified it, basically. Because, we just came from the islands. All these islands that we were just in, they all think they free, they were independent, this and that. But they're all commonwealths of Great Britain and these other European nations. So they really and they're still being colonized with their resources. It's the same thing. Basically, they just changed the name, modify it a little bit, and we think we're free. We think we're free to use our constitutional rights and all that stuff. Correct?
Yes, sir. Let me make one other point, sir, real quick. And so I had a prosecutor tell me that my client was not the shiniest penny in the jar. And so not the shiniest penny. Well, I had to think about that. What's a shiny penny? Well, you have police officers, lawyers, teachers. These are shiny pennies. What's a dull penny? A dull penny someone who has been in trouble, uses drugs, and just lazy. So a dull penny and a shiny penny. But what's the difference in value? You steal a penny, you understand, in this economic system.
Yes.
Whose face is on that penny? Well, you got the person who's supposed to have freed the slave. What color is the penny?
Brown.
Different shades of brown.
Right.
And the pennies, those are thrown away. So when you're running around thinking, well, okay, I'm a big-time doctor, and that you're worth something in the system, you're a penny, bro. You're a penny. Understand that. They'll come and get you when they want to. And then you have to fight your way to prove you're innocent. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hey, I'm sorry. I got to get a scripture because the brother said you're not free. They let you loose, and they come around and pick you up whenever they want to.
At their will, yeah.
Lamentations 4 and verse 18. Real quick, brother. Real quick.
Hey, before we read the scripture, man, the reason, brothers and sisters, the reason we bring this subject up in Patience and Radio, we want you guys to be mindful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I'm gonna ask some question because I want the brother to, because since he's a lawyer, he been in the system, he been dealing with this thing for over 20 years. There's after the scripture, I wanna ask him a couple of questions because some of us right now, listen, you are hard-headed, especially when you get pulled over by cops. Yep. You like one in your mouth, you like saying things you're not supposed to say. We're gonna let the brother explain exactly how you
supposed to proceed.
How you're supposed to proceed. What you're supposed to say, what you're not supposed to. Let's say you get arrested, some of you like one in your mouth. It's better you just shut the hell up. Wait for a lawyer.
Right.
That's right.
Hey, read verse 17 and 18 real quick.
Lamentations chapter 4.
Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
This goes right back into the 13th Amendment that the brother had explained. We think the Constitution and those substatutes of it are for us, but they're really not. It says we think that we watch for them as if it's going to benefit us, but it's vain. Their help is vain. They didn't write that for the Negro, Hispanic, and the natives. They didn't write it for you. It's written against you. Go ahead.
Verse 18. They hunt our steps.
Isn't that what the brother just brought out? Yep. He said you're let loose so they can come and pick you up later on. Right. Meaning they hunt you down in the projects, in the ghettos, in the hoods, in the tenement houses. They hunt you down because they got to put the slaves back in slavery for something. Go ahead.
They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets.
Where they hunting you down? You see how, listen, the word of God is all we have to stand on. A lot of times we put our trust in ourselves. We put our trust in the might of our hand. We put the trust in the system. No, your trust should be on our God because it's written in his word. Go ahead.
They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled. For our end is come.
Go ahead.
Our persecutors are swifter than eagles of the heaven.
See that thing? They are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. Listen, you can't outrun a radio to have cops meet you on the other end of the street that you're trying to run to.
Right. Or the helicopter.
Or the helicopter. Right. Nah, you ain't. Nah. I know they call you Speedy in the hood, but Speedy
ain't beating that radio.
Or Swifty or whatever. Nah, bro. You got to come out of that life, man. Yep. But, Deke, I know you said you had some questions for the brother.
Shalom, bro.
Hey, shalom, sir.
Now, I want you to explain to our listeners, our brothers and sisters, what is the protocol when you get pulled over by a cop?
Yes, sir. So, it depends on your who you're with, but the number one rule is to only give them your name, and if you're driving the car, give them your driver's license. All right? Don't explain anything. You don't know nothing about contraband. Don't try to talk your way out of it. They ask you, have you been drinking? The answer is no, because if you say yes, they don't care if you're drinking 2 drinks or if you're drinking half a gallon of whiskey. The fact is, you've admitted that you drank, and the jury will figure it out. And so the main thing is just answer their question. This is my name. Here are my credentials, my insurance, and my driver's license. If you do get arrested, you don't have a mama privilege. You don't have, well, I'm gonna call my mother and tell my mother that I needed some money. That's the reason I was selling that stuff. Because your phone calls are recorded. In the jails, your phone phone calls will automatically be recorded. And so, and you don't have a mama privilege. You have an attorney-client privilege. Deke had brought up a point that the public defender's office, you know, the public defender is just like anyone else. You get paid for the work you do. And so the court system only approves a certain amount of work for the public defender. You understand? So if you get a free world lawyer, that lawyer may file 10 other motions that the public defender won't get paid for, so they will not file it. You understand? And they do want that plea. They'll keep you in jail on a high bond just so that you can plead guilty.
Damn.
What question did you have, sir?
Damn. Evil stuff, man. That's evil stuff.
Hey, so let me ask you this, brother. Now, you know you mentioned that on a stop, whatever the police officer asks you for concerning your credentials, you are to give those over, right? Like your license, registration, so on and so forth. However, if they're asking you, my question is, if they're asking you, where are you going, where are you coming from?
Right.
We don't have to say anything. We don't have to answer any questions concerning that, correct?
That's correct. You don't have to say anything except I have authorization to use this vehicle, which means my insurance and my driver's license, and my name and my address do match all of it.
Okay.
And so otherwise they're investigating you. You're driving while being black.
Right.
And you're suspected of anything. If you have a felony on your record, a prior drug crime, they're going to want a search. You understand? And they're going to violate all the little rights you think you have. But on the street is not the place to argue with the cop. You argue with the cop in the courtroom. There you go. In other words, if you say, yes, sir, go ahead.
No, go ahead, brother. Listen.
Yeah, if you tell a cop, I do not want you searching my car, well, I'm going to bring the dog. Well, do your thing. Go ahead and do what you're going to do. And so if they wait after a certain period of time, you know, they have violated your rights on paper anyway. But if you say, no, you're not going to search my car, and they see you to get out and they search it anyway, you can't fight them on the street. You're going to have to fight them in the courtroom. So don't try to argue with them on the street.
That was my question as far as if they pull you over and they are telling you they want to search your car, are you supposed to give them consent or no?
No. You stop me for speeding. You stop me for a traffic violation. You need new probable cause to do further investigation. In other words, the probable cause that you stopped me to begin with was you said that I didn't have my turn signal on. Okay, so now you investigated that. You found that to be, you know, an offense, so you gave me a ticket. Now you start asking me questions. Now you're digging for some more probable cause. You understand? And so they have to have new probable cause to do further investigation, searches, things like that.
Okay, so question.
What is the new probable cause? Right, go ahead.
So question. When you know, they're not going to stop there when you say, no, I don't consent. They're going to say, okay, well, we're going to bring the dogs out.
That's right.
Right? So basically you have no right to say no, as far as you can't stop them from bringing out the dog, correct?
You can say no all you want to, but sir, like you said earlier, they get on that Motorola, they call for that K9 unit. That K9 unit, if it's in the area, it'll pop up. And they will conduct a search. If they find something, understand you're guilty. That presumption of innocence is a lie. They change your name, they call you defendant instead of who you are. They put a high bond, so everything changes. That presumption of innocence means nothing. So if they find something, even though you say I don't consent, if they find something, you still got to fight your way out of it. If they don't find something, you know, no harm, no foul, because it ain't cost you no money. They didn't transport you to jail. You didn't have to pay no bond money. And so ain't no lawyer going to take the case because it ain't no money, ain't no damages.
Hey, also, I've seen stories where they've called the canine out and then they say, oh, the canine got a hit towards the rear of your car.
Right. These are false hits. You can make a dog sit down to anything. These are false hits. And so I use one of the best canine experts on the planet. He teaches the cops. Well, he's an old man now, but anyway, yeah, you need an expert. You need a canine expert. They have to record. They have to show the canine's record. But that canine will sit down, and that handler knows how to make him sit down or scratch or pat his head, whatever. That dog knows how to do what that handler has trained him to do. That's an understanding we all have. And all money is dirty.
And that's why you can't fight them on the street. You got to wait to the courtroom so that the experts can come in and things of that nature.
That's
correct?
That's right. Yes, sir.
Israel, I hope y'all listening. I hope you're listening.
And one of I would imagine a young black man's fear is that he says, no, I don't consent. I'm going to call the dogs, and Esau plant something in your car to make the dog go crazy.
Yep.
Is that Is that possible?
Yes, sir. We've had instances where that takes place, and police officers, they do get arrested daily, for these types of misconduct. But this happens on a daily basis, more so at the state level than the Fed level. But the Feds, they have been found to have been doing dirty things too.
Okay, so I have a question on that, bro. With what Captain Amaziah said, can the police officers, say for instance, you know how they have the drive cameras? I noticed that there's been, sometimes they'll post videos, you'll see videos come up on Facebook of police misconduct where people are putting cameras facing them in their cars or throughout the vehicle. Can the police officers remove that, or they have no right to touch that? If they're being recorded.
Yes, sir. They can seize if it's relevant to the offense. So say that they believe that there's drugs in the car and the telephone or they find drugs in the car and the telephone has evidence of drug trafficking. They can seize the phone, and if it has the video that you were recording, that video will go along with it. But they can't damage. They cannot destroy evidence. That's the same tampering or destruction of evidence. That's a criminal offense, and that would be a problem for them.
Okay, so what I was going into, bro, was like the drive cams. People sometimes put the cameras in the corners of the doors in the cars.
Yes,
sir. It basically films everything. What's the interactions? Kind of like what the Lyft drivers have. They have the cameras in their cars facing front, back, side to side, all profiles. The cops cannot touch that, right?
Unless
that's
it's
what
part
I'm
of the
saying.
offense.
Unless it's a part of the offense.
The police officer can ask you to turn it off and they'll claim is that it's interfering with the duties of a police officer. But if it's out of the way, I mean, your hands are free. Okay. They can't claim that you had a weapon in your hand when clearly it's posted up on your, there's nothing they can do about that. They can ask you to turn it off, but that's for my own protection.
Understood.
I want it to run.
Okay.
So,
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I want you to tell the brothers and sisters, once they get arrested, the cops put that handcuff on, put them in the back of the car, they took them to the police station. I want you to tell them what to do and what not to do, please.
Yes, sir. First thing you're going to do is they're going to ask you for your fingerprints. You don't have any right to your fingerprints. You don't have any right to the DNA, the saliva that's in your mouth. You understand? Those are not under the laws of the land, both Fed and the variety of states. That is not an intrusive search. So they can take that. They will take that for identification purposes. Once you get inside of the cell, everybody in there they're wearing orange or they're wearing black and white. Everybody in there that's dressed like you, they ain't like you. Understand? You got agents, you got feds, you got brothers in there that can't do time. You got some brothers in there looking to kill something. Look, you sit down, you talk to a brother, he's dressed like you, he's a brother, and you say, man, hey, what you do to get in here? Well, see, I did this right here, I did this right here. Man, what did you do? I did this, I killed that girl. I ain't mean to kill her. So first thing he's gonna do, he wants some ice water. He wants to get out of his predicament. He's gonna turn witness against you. So keep your mouth closed. You ain't got no friends in there. Stay off the damn phone. You understand? So just sit and wait. Your mama and your friends, they'll see you when you get out. You ain't got to explain that. First thing we do is we get on that phone. Mama, I just needed some money, And Jimmy Ray asked me to take this package across the street, and I did it. But I got caught. So now you really got caught.
Hey,
that's a conviction. Stay off the phone. And just wait and see if you can get some people. If you ain't got no money and you got to go with the public defender or a court-appointed attorney, you can make that lawyer work. That lawyer has a license for that state in order to work. You can make that lawyer work, but you got to know how. But if you post a bond, the court's going to say, well, if you got money for a bond, you got money for a lawyer. So don't ask the taxpayers to pay for your lawyer. Wow. Can you understand?
Damn.
Hey, so what you said,
that's crazy,
brother. What's so heavy is even when they read you the Miranda rights, anything that you say can and will be used against you. That applies from the time of of arrest all the way to the station, because it's heavy. You say that. We have a brother here, basically was telling us about a situation when he was in the world, and his co-defendant was with him. and he was in the room with, I believe, the co-defendant, and they were whispering. He was whispering in Creole. And he was telling the co-defendant, you know who you are. He was telling the co-defendant everything what took place, how he dismissed all the evidence that was against him, and they still got him and had somebody translate. And he was in the literally in earshot, whispering.
There was microphones in there.
There was microphones in it, and there was not. He said it was nothing but a table.
Let me briefly explain Miranda. Miranda, it doesn't cover all communication. Miranda is only, it prevents from police interrogation. In other words, so if the police want to have a conversation with you as they're transporting you to jail and they've already Mirandized you, you're consenting to that conversation.
Right.
It's only when they start asking you questions. You understand? You know, what time did you come home? Who was with you? You know, and was you high? Where were you coming from? Now, those questions, right? The Miranda protects. If you say that I want a lawyer, then Miranda protects you, but they will come back around. They'll give you a couple of hours to think about it. Come back around. You want to talk to me again? You want to talk to me now? Even though they gave you a Miranda at 7 this morning at 10 tonight, they're gonna come back. You want to talk to me now? I can get you up out of here.
That was like the Central Park 5 that we mentioned.
Yeah.
They left them in lockup for was like 18 hours straight.
Like
no
that,
food, no water, no drink, no nothing. Then came back and said, "Hey, you want to tell us what really happened out there?" Then officers changed shifts like 3 times.
So they went home, got a good night's sleep, washed, showered.
Damn.
Go interrogate.
The 15-year-olds in
here, man.
Yeah. Can I get let me get a script real quick? Look at Micah 2 and 10. Micah 2 and 10, brothers and sisters. So all praise to the Most High for the brother calling, able to call in and talk to us about this topic, because a lot of us don't know.
Absolutely.
We don't know, especially being, young black men, teenagers coming up.
Emotional,
fatherless, wild as hell, no laws,
high as hell.
High as hell too. We don't know these things. Then we get trapped up in the system, man.
Right.
Let's go.
Micah chapter 2 and verse 10. Arise ye and depart.
You see what it says? It says, arise, wake the hell up, okay? It's time we repent. Get out of this garbage called Babylon the Great. Get out of that mindset. Get out of that nigga mindset we've all grown up in.
Right.
Read it again.
Arise ye and depart.
See that? It says depart. Depart out of what? Does it mean the physical land? No, it's talking about the mentality of Babylon, man. Come out of the sins. Come out of that way of life that we got to sell the drugs. We got to do this. We got to do that. Because when we do that, guess what? We make ourselves a target even more. We make ourselves prey even more. Go ahead.
For this is not your rest.
See what the Bible says? It's not our rest, brothers and sisters. It's not your rest. That's right. Go ahead.
Because it is polluted.
Hey, listen. If this doesn't show that America is polluted, I don't know what will.
I don't know.
Yes, sir.
Hey.
This shows you ain't got no constitutional rights.
No, we don't.
You ain't no citizen. You ain't no good American, nothing.
We against the system, we cannot win.
You a dull penny.
Yep.
Hey, and you know what? That goes right back to brothers and sisters who always want to bring a weed doctrine of some sort.
I know.
Yes.
That's some knuckleheads.
Yeah, you have this substance that you won't rid yourself of. The lust of your flesh won't allow you to give it up. Well, here's this show is going over some repercussions that can happen from you not wanting to give up your lust.
Right.
If your lust is whoremongering, adultery, if you're whoremongering so bad you a rapist, guess what? Esau got something for your ass.
That's right.
You got something for you.
You don't want to give up the lust of the weed and the drugs and the fast life and all of that. Oh, Esau got something for that ass.
Right.
This is what the Lord is showing you, and I'm glad the brother. Thank you, brother, for calling in.
Hey, don't hang up yet.
Don't hang up.
We ain't done yet.
Don't hang up yet.
I really appreciate.
I got a precept for that scripture you just went.
Let me finish it real quick.
You finish it?
It's not
You
done.
finish it? Finish that scripture, and I got a precept.
Read that last part again. Because what?
Because it is polluted.
America is polluted. The judicial system is polluted. The prison system is polluted. Go ahead.
It shall destroy you.
It's going to what?
It shall destroy you.
Yeah, but you know better than God, huh?
Right.
Go ahead.
Even with a sore destruction.
Go ahead, D.
Hey, Revelation 18:4. This is you know, Cap. We cannot win.
Yeah.
Right.
It's stacked against us.
The whole system is stacked. When your brothers and sisters going to realize we cannot win because this is not our kingdom.
Right.
The system, I always say this. When the system was written, we was in slavery.
Right.
So what does that mean? The system was not written for us.
Right.
The whole system was written against us.
Right.
So now, that's why when they cop shot us in the middle of the street, or you marching, no justice, no peace. No justice, no. How many times you going to march, no justice, no peace?
Hey, indeed.
The other nations don't do it.
Indeed. The funny thing is, it's not funny, but the system wasn't made to benefit you.
No, it was not made to benefit us.
It was made to bring you to repentance.
It
was made to benefit off you.
Yes, that's right. Captain is right. The system was, Most High God make this system so you can repent.
That's right.
It gets you to repent. It's like a father who's forcing his children to come back.
Right.
So he put those obstacles in front of you so you can repent. Read Revelation 18:4.
Revelation chapter 18,
This is
verse
a
4.
precept to the verse Captain just read in Micah.
And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people."
Come out of her. Come out of the system. Come out of the politics, religion. Our people, man. We in every. How this Laba always said, we in every source. That's not concern us.
Right.
This thing was not made for us. It was made against us to force us to come back to Most High. Right. Read.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
The her is America. The her is Haiti, Jamaica. Those are the her. Be not partaker of her sin. Read.
And that ye receive not of her plague.
Because we know there is plague coming in here. Yep. We are in the last days. Plague, destruction is coming here, and if you don't repent, you're going to be part. You're going to take part of that plague.
We saw some of the plagues last night.
Yep. Yeah. You're going to take part of that destruction. Read.
For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquity.
You hear that thing? God have remembered the sin, the filth that's going on in this place. Hey, don't think. Listen. Esau's going to pay for everything they ever done to the Israelites. Right. But it's not the time yet.
Mm-hmm. You ain't right yet.
Their sin haven't reached up to heaven yet.
Right.
They just wait. I'm telling you.
Hey, can I
Captain Barnabas, go ahead. After that, Solomon.
Yeah. And listen, again, as what we were talking to the attorney just now, and he trying to put us on our guard, but I'm saying, do many of our people listening today, because many of our brothers
think they know it all.
Maybe they're doing something different right now. I'm just saying. You understand? But I pray when we're over with the show, you brothers come and watch it over and listen to what we are going over. Just review it. I have one scripture. Give me Proverbs 29. And when you read from verse 24 to verse 27, just listen to what Deacon's saying. All of us saying right here. Watch this.
Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 24.
I disconnected my headphone.
Whoso is partner with the thief hateth his own soul.
The Bible said, God, we in this truth, we said we are the righteousness, but we still have that sinful brothers who doing all these things. The Most High said, if we still is a partner with a thief, what?
Hateth his own soul.
The Bible says you don't like your own soul. You don't like your family. You don't like yourself. You don't like nobody around you. God, we have so much brothers, but we can socialize with. You understand? Why we still have a sinful friend who know doing dirt. You understand? He want to hold a bag. Bro, don't hold nobody bag, bro.
That's right.
For real. I'm just telling you real talk. The Bible said that if you are a partner with a thief, you is hating your own soul. Read.
He heareth cursing and bereaveth it not.
You see what I'm saying? The most I say you hear this, but you don't put no interest into it. Come on.
The fear of man bringeth the snare.
What?
The fear of man bringeth the snare.
Yeah, because we fear man. We don't fear what God said. We don't fear what we really hear going over. You understand? That's why we always find ourselves in traps. You see? Come on.
But whoso putteth his trust in the Lord shall be safe.
The Bible said that if when we put ourselves like how we're doing this right now, we don't have to look over our shoulder no more.
Right.
Sideways. No, we don't have to do it.
Barnabas, that's a beautiful feeling.
Yeah, it's
bro.
a beautiful feeling.
For real, I'm telling you real talk. It's a beautiful feeling for you. Not you have to peep to your peephole when they hear a car pull up. These are the things like that. I'm telling you real talk.
Hey, Cap. Me and Captain REA was just saying that this morning. Like, being in this truth now, I could take my son with me anywhere.
Right.
You know, it's like anywhere I go now, I can take my kids with me because it's like I ain't
doing wicked.
But 5 years ago, it's like, boy, you got to stay.
Yeah.
Hey,
real time.
You know when
Don't
most
tell your mama what I did.
I know. You know, Barnaby, what you're saying is what Barnaby is saying, brothers and sisters. When Mosai told our forefather Abraham to cut your family the hell off.
Real talk.
You gotta leave from
because this is what your guys
They say IUIC says that.
No, IUIC didn't say that. And the scripture in Romans chapter 16 is actually say the same thing.
Right.
This is what you guys don't understand. I got a series. Now you got brothers and sisters who used to with IUIC. Now they're teaching you can smoke weed.
Yes.
Now, I want you guys to think about something. Yes. You see these laws Esau passed? Keep in mind, this system is not for us. You see the law Esau changed now? You got weed is legal. Listen.
CB oils.
I guarantee you, you know who's going to start losing their job, fall into that trap? It's going to be us. It's going to be us. Those knuckleheads, those evil, dusty Negroes, black people that's teaching you can smoke weed. You don't stay. Listen, let's say the cops was watching them and you was hanging out with them, you're going to jail.
Right.
This is what Bam. This is why Mosai say stay the hell away from these evil people. Mm-hmm. You're gonna fall into that trap. Let's say there was not even selling drugs. Let's say the cops was watching him for something else. Now here you are, you still in communication with these people, and here you are, the cops stop their phone. Now you got into a conversation with them. When the cops bust their door down, they're gonna bust yours down too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then don't say we didn't warn you.
You know what? That's a question. Brother, you still there?
Yes, sir.
Now that we touched on that, this whole legal weed thing, it's of course is not in every state. Can you expound? Because we spiritually we see it as a trap, right? Just like how we know, we just mentioned earlier, there's no reciprocity laws in some states for your carry, for your firearm carry, things of that nature. So let's say, for instance, you were in Colorado, and it's legal, but so you high as hell in Colorado, but you had a trip and you in the car, you go to, let's say, Illinois or something, and you still, of course, are inebriated. If a toxicology test is done on the side of the road, whatever the case may be, now you didn't smoke it in Chicago, but you're still inebriated in Chicago. So can you, I don't know if I'm wording it right, but can you expound a little bit on these?
Right. Yes, sir. Let me say that that each state it's under the phrase of it's under the fair credit. But basically, each state will uphold the other state's law. And so, if you commit murder in Texas and you go into Arkansas, Texas is going to come and get you, and Arkansas is going to help them. So, but most of these states will have the same identical laws. They'll say that, in order to get federal funding, you have to have certain types of drug laws. Marijuana is illegal if you want federal funding for highways or something. You have some states who have foregone some of that money, but the majority of the states will go ahead and play that game. The feds have not once said that marijuana is legal. The states are saying they have that right to say that, but I think they are.
Whoa! Stop!
We can't go past that.
Whoa! You gotta
slow down.
You just said something right now. Go over people's head. No, we're not gonna let you just pass that one. You got it. You got. I don't. Wait. Did you just say the feds
hasn't legalized it?
It's not legalized it, but it's just the state. So are you saying you still can get arrested by the feds for marijuana? That's what you're saying?
Absolutely.
Holy crap!
So that's what we're talking about. Like the states had their own constitution. Well, this state can say, okay, yeah, we do it, but the feds is like,
bro, you see that thing when these Negroes, These Negroes who was with us, now they're talking up. Now they're in Facebook, and some of you listen to these Negroes.
You refuse to cut them off.
You refuse to cut them off. You can smoke weed. You can listen. Some of you gonna fall into that trap. Don't say with it. And listen, when you get caught, IUIC don't know you. I'm just telling you straight. When you get caught by you listen to these stupid, idiot, dusty, ashy, black Negroes, devils. When you get caught out there, IUIC don't know you.
Don't come asking for bail money.
Do not call us to bail you out. We warn you about stay away from these dusty black Negroes. Hey. Bro, can you please stop pulling my headphone off?
Oh, God. Hey, and some of y'all might say, oh, IUIC mean by saying we didn't know you. Didn't Christ say, he'll say, I never knew you?
IUIC going to say the same thing. I never knew you. When you call on the phone, Shalom, Deacon, I'm in jail. Who's this? I'm Officer so-and-so. I have no idea who you are, brother.
On the quest when you got the baby powder.
Deacon, remember me in the quest? No, I don't know you. I have no idea who's that.
You bought the baby powder for me, remember?
No. And you know why I'm going to keep saying I don't know you? The phone been recorded.
They're taping it.
They're taping it. I have no idea. Deacon, don't remember we take a picture? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Playing on my phone, man.
As a matter of fact, I never take no pictures with nobody.
Hey, how'd you get my number?
How you get my number? Deacon, I've been with IUIC for 5 years. I have no idea. Bro, seriously, I have no idea who you are.
Boy, you camp leader.
Mama, is this you? Quit playing, mama.
I have no idea who you are. Yeah. You don't remember when we took camp together? No. Actually, I never went to camp with you. Yep. I don't know who you are. Yep. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I'm gonna say on the phone. You think I'm joking?
How do you know my name?
I'm gonna be like, hey, how do you know my name?
Yeah. Hey,
I don't know. I'm gonna be like, oh, you probably see my video on YouTube. That's what I'm gonna say to you.
Yeah. Call the 800 number.
Hey, bro, but again, can you just go over that one more time about the Fed and the state, different laws for the legal marijuana?
Yes, sir. I guess the easiest way to consider it is say that in Colorado, where marijuana is legal, but a felon in possession of a firearm is not legal. And so say the feds pick up the gun case. They're going to take that weed case to go along with that. So, I mean, that weed case, it may be at the state level where you're able to use it recreational if you are a resident of that state. I think if you're a transient, you just can't come in there. You got to do some special things to do in order to be able to purchase. But if you can show residency, I think you can purchase in states like Colorado. But if you commit a crime and there's a gun involved, the feds will pull you up. They can pull you up on that gun charge, and then they tie that weed in with it.
Damn, man. Bro, hey, if you're not in Kingdom, you call me. Me don't speak no English.
Speaking no Spanish. Me don't speak it Spanish.
So is, let me ask a question. Is abating a felon, or what is that? Harboring a fugitive.
Aiding and abetting, yeah.
Is that state or federal level?
That's state. Now, if you got a federal charge, say that somebody's on a conspiracy charge, and he's trying to hide his wife, then that's going to be a federal charge. You can aid and abet at the fed or state level. That's a crime at both.
So Tyrone come over to your house, wicked family member. Mm-hmm. He has a Fed charge. Mm-hmm. Didn't tell you about it.
Nope. Thanksgiving.
You in there smoking recreational weed.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a problem to me.
Yeah. You're going to jail, my friend.
Oh, yeah. Hey. The alphabet boys, the feds are going to pull you up on the aiding charge.
Wow.
Their original charge. And then you'll have that weed. Now, the state may take that weed case, though. If it's illegal in the state may keep that weed case. So you'll have problems at the state, you'll have problems at the state.
Damn. So this goes right back to cutting off the wicked family.
Right.
And this goes back into not defiling your temple.
Right.
It's the same thing. What Mosai is showing you is that all could be rolled up into one snowball.
Yep.
And hit you in the face in the wintertime.
Hey, Kev.
Damn.
Hey. Can I finish real quick?
Oh, one of y'all whoever's in charge of the YouTube, go block this amateur sex videos person, man. Go block it.
What's on YouTube?
Delete them or something.
Yeah, I'm on Facebook.
Verse 26.
Proverbs 29, verse 26.
YouTube.
No, it's not. It's not on Facebook.
Many seek the ruler's favor.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I said, many of you brothers, you know you cannot finance yourself for a liar. You understand? Many of you depending on the legal aid lawyer. That's what Deacon was talking about. These are the men what gonna tell you say, plead guilty for something what you know you don't done, but just because you're around your wicked family member, as what Cap was saying. You understand? These are the things like that. Now you find yourself in a position you cannot pay for a liar. Now you seek the favor from who?
But excuse me, many seek the ruler's favor.
Come on.
But every man's judgment cometh from the Lord.
You understand? We've been warned. We've been warned. That's why we are here trying to bring more understanding to you about how the system works. You understand? For real. So whenever you fall into it, is God gonna bring that judgment upon you? That's what it said right here. You understand? For real. So I pray you, brothers.
Hey, you know what? When you say this right now, what I'm imagine you at Feast of Tabernacle with some of these Negroes who say you can smoke weed, and they got guns on them. They're smoking weed. Now the cops come in the middle of your Feast of Tabernacle, busted everybody.
Right. And you done been drinking with a pistol on you,
and you've been drinking with a pistol on you, and now you're in federal prison. Listen, we warn y'all. We telling y'all, stay away from these dusty black people.
Yep. Ashy, you're black.
Dusty black people. Because listen, I'm telling you, I see it happen.
Right.
I see it happen. I told you I met people who they were smokers. They're doing 10 years because they smoke a joint. Because while they want to smoke the joint, they want to buy it, they take a picture, 10 years. Conspiracy to smoke a joint. 10 years.
That's what I was telling somebody now. I was like, I'm so scared to even think about going somewhere near the weed, man. Now I say, man, Most High jack me up. That'll be the day. You be like, I'm just going. Man, you pull up to the weed man house and the law pull up right behind you.
And that's why I know. I know the Most High was with us when we first started Patient Saints.
Right.
Bro, the spot we was
yeah,
at
it was
was
all
tagged.
What area was? I want to clear what area said, man. Before somebody think we were smoking weed.
No.
What area saying is when we first start Patient Saint, we used to rent the studio from this Benjamin. Yes, Benjamin.
No, he was judo all day.
Discussing cat.
He was a deeper L dude.
So we used to
He's a part of Laffy.
We used to rent the studio from this brother.
Right.
Every Sunday morning, the whole place smell like weed. He come high.
Yeah.
He left high. He always high. And we always like, yo, this place smell.
And then when we tell him about it, he used to get mad.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what Captain Elliot is talking about.
Yeah.
But you know what Captain Elliot is saying is, Most High God was with us because guess what? We don't smoke weed, but guess what? Guess what? If police coming to bust that guy, we was in the studio doing the show, and the whole we go in there, the whole place smell like weed. We be like, we like, hey, one day I was talking to Captain. I said, yo, take pictures of all the equipment. Captain was like, why? I said, because we're going to open our own.
That's right. That's right.
That's wisdom.
We're going to do our own. We're going to open our own. Because I was like, yo, I'm tired of this crap, man.
Deke was like, if this guy could come in here high and do this,
surely we could do this.
Surely we can't do it.
Surely.
It was like, damn, you're right.
But the thing that was crazy, and that's why we be getting on these brothers on Patient Saints, the tech team. The brother would come in high as a damn kite from the club before,
and the show runs with no hiccups.
He may have been late like once. He come like 10 minutes before, but he was never late.
He come in there,
and that is so true.
Push a button, come high, and go fall asleep on the couch.
Fall asleep on the couch. While we're doing the show.
Matter of fact, he didn't have to monitor anything. Nothing. It was already set up. He pushed the button, and he went to sleep.
This guy was high. Every Sunday, this guy come high. You're right. You're right.
So one high Negro.
This show always goes smooth. He just pressed one button. He went to sleep.
What's the difference now? We had one high Negro. And then get no problem.
We leveled up, man.
Now you got 10 sober
repentant Israelites.
And they be like, oh, no.
I don't know what happened.
And the only way, The only one that played the sleep part right was Asa.
Yeah. Asa and Netramaya.
Oh, but brother, you still there on the line?
Yes.
Yes, sir. All praise. I just wanted to...
Hey, real quick.
Yes,
verse
sir.
27.
Yes,
Verse
sir.
27.
Captain was bringing up.
An unjust man is an abomination to the just.
This goes right back to the unrepentant family. They're supposed to be abominable to you. If you know your cousin is the hugest dope dealer, listen, the scripture tell you just to correct them and keep it moving.
That's it.
That's it. It ain't no, I'm not riding with you nowhere. Hey, come with me to drop off this package. No, sir. I'll wait for the bus.
Can you give me a ride? No, sir.
I'm good.
No, thank you.
Nope.
I ain't giving you no ride nowhere.
Hey, look, you at the bus stop, he pull up in his car. He's like, hey, I'll give you a ride, bro. I'm glad you bundled up to be in that bus stop. Bundle up.
Hey, listen. Can you give me a ride to go to work? Nah, I pay you. Hey, listen, I tell you what. Out there will
Uber.
Uber.
Like, well, I just bought these new Air Max.
So if the cops pull that Uber or Lyft, I can show you on my app. I just got a Lyft. I didn't know the guy was a drug dealer.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know
That's
the boy.
But you tell me your cousin get pulled? Oh no. They listen. There's a key in the trunk. Who taking this time?
Right.
You better
know he gonna
divide it up.
Split these 30 years. Huh?
Hey, some of them, cop, they still have that. They still got that heart. They still got that. That little feeling inside for the family member.
Yeah. Warm fuzzy.
That warm fuzzy
warm
feeling.
fuzzy.
Oh, my brother need a ride to work.
He's my brother.
Hey, here come the wife. Can you give my brother a ride to work?
Nope.
Hey, hell no, you brother's a drug dealer.
Or you want to go buy a weed for your brother-in-law?
Yeah. Can you go to my mom's house? Give my mom. No, your mom is a drug dealer.
Damn. She the queen pin.
Yes. As a matter of fact, tell your mom stay the hell away from my house.
Hey, read the next part real quick.
Verse 27. An unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked.
So if you really in this truth, your wicked cousin don't want to be around you.
Yep, for real.
Your wicked mama ain't calling you for dinner. She might call to check up on you, but she don't really want to hang with you.
Right.
Because your ways are contrary to her ways, and her ways are contrary to yours.
Hey, Cap.
I like that thing.
Cap, I want to flip it what you just said. If you've been in these shoes for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, all your family members still cool with you, you might want to check yourself.
Yes.
You're not in the truth.
Yes.
You're not in the truth. I'm telling you right now, you just there. You're not in the truth.
Right.
If all your family members still cool with you, calling you, talking to you, you in the house, they're in your house, you might want to check your spirit.
You want to phone with them for 2 hours, no scriptures come out.
You might want to check your spirit.
Remember, when you read Sirach 27, verse 12, it tell you about undiscreet, right?
Observe the
You're
time.
supposed to observe the time. So you brothers have to get on top of your game, man.
But even Christ said, "Who is my mother? Who is my
Right.
that keep the commandments?"
Yep.
Even he had to tell him.
My mama got mad at me when I read that to her.
Hey, too bad, mama.
So we got any more questions?
I do.
Yes. Yeah.
Hey, anybody got any question for the brother?
Yeah, I seen this thing and I thought it was just for Esau, and I think you kind of went over it briefly. But Esau was a video, and it was essentially saying how to deal with police, and it's like you supposed to literally tell them, "I don't answer questions," but me looking at it, I'm like.
That don't work for
They might beat your ass.
And that's the thing.
Right, but is that what we supposed to do? Like, hey, I don't answer questions. They're like, hey, I don't answer questions. And like they said, this is how you legally should deal with this situation.
Yes, sir. In so many words, it's just being tactful, being stern.
There you go.
But telling them that I want my attorney. The magic word is I want my attorney. You can dance around it, but those are the magic words. I want my attorney. I want to ask you some questions. No, listen. I want an attorney. Period. And that stops the conversation.
Got it.
Now they will loop back around, but those are the magic words. You can say I want my mother. That's not going to save you. But those magic words. I want my attorney.
Some of these brothers gonna ask for mama.
Can I call my mama?
Oh, my mama.
I got her number in my phone.
I know. If he said Malaka, will ask for his mama.
Damn.
I want my mama.
Oh, no, man, they just locked me up.
Robert, they trying to lock me up.
I have another question to turkey back that.
Yeah.
So, in your experience, brothers who are emotional, does that help their situation?
Oh, hell no. I can answer that.
You pulled me over, man.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah, some of the toughest brothers on the block, they get there. Some people just cannot do time. And so they'll rat out everybody in the house.
Damn.
You know, just so that they can get out. Understand? You don't, if just because they swole up and looking mean by the face, that don't mean they can do time. Some brothers just can't do it, and they will rat you out. Yeah, you can expect that. So if you're in that game and that lifestyle, you don't know where it's coming from, but it's probably coming from the toughest one on the block. Yeah,
I think he was asking about like getting rowdy with the police officers, right? Like when they pull you over.
Oh, like why you want my ID? Why you always messing with me? Why you
always?
No.
No, you go ahead and you comply, or you find yourself with a broken arm.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, because I remember back in the early 2000s, I was riding with a brother, and the cops pull us over.
Bring it out.
You see me, right? and you know, I had the open container in the back, you know, because we was riding. I think we was riding to the club or something. And you know, we sipping on the way.
Right.
Now in New York State, you cannot have open containers in the car.
Oh yeah.
So I'm in the back with the big bottle of Hennessy open between my legs.
Hennessy.
He begins to argue with the cop over his tints. The cop is like, listen, your tints are too dark.
Oh man.
What the hell you messing with me for? Yeah. Yada yada. The cop says, hold on. He goes back to his car.
You sound like he's embellishing.
No. It was just like that.
I want to put it out there.
It was like that. The cop comes back with this little machine, sticks it on his glass. Dip, the meter starts going, nigga.
What was you doing in the back the whole time?
Sweating. It was
sweating Hennessy.
It was the winter time. I was sweating Hennessy.
You tapping cap like, yo,
who was in the front?
And
I got the Henny, nigga.
Are you kicking the driver's seat?
I'm kicking the hell out of the driver's car.
Down, man. What you doing?
Leave the damn cops alone. Take the damn tickets, nigga.
I got this.
Before we all go to jail. No. F that.
got this.
F that. Right? I'm like, holy.
Yo, sit in the back.
I'm sitting there like, yo, I'm going to jail tonight. I'm going to jail. So the cop brings back the ticket. He says, give me this damn ticket, and snatches the ticket and drives off.
Hey, you know he's embellishing, right?
Hey. Oh, so you was the brother?
Hey.
I was the brother.
Oh, okay, because I didn't know who the brother was.
Hey, listen. I couldn't tell, man.
Hey. Listen, man.
We almost went to jail.
Hey, I used to hate cops.
Hey, listen. Knowing Captain Amaziah, I can see him doing this.
You know what?
I see it.
Remember now, this is the early 2000s when Bloomberg did that BS with the tickets, trying to ticket everybody.
Hey,
we was kind of getting preyed on.
Hey, listen, man. Captain Amaziah is something else. Me, him, and AWA is at the airport coming from Haiti.
What?
Yo, I'm telling you, we in the airport coming from Haiti, right? So you know we got to go to custom. So we go to custom. The custom say, hey, one of the cops said to me, "Oh, you got any food?" I said, "Oh, I said, I didn't have enough money left. If I had money, I would have bought some. I wish." Sorry. So the cop said, "Go ahead, Captain Elliot."
Took it as a joke.
Yeah, I think it as a joke because it was a joke. He was joking. So Captain Elliot, same thing, joking. Me and Captain Elliot joking. Here come Captain Amaziah. What do you mean by that?
Yo, hey, all you seen in the glove? Get it, bro.
Step right this way.
The custom dude said, been over. The custom dude said, how much fruit you got in your bag? He said something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
He implied I had fruit in my bag.
No, it was a joke.
No.
Yeah, he said that to all of us.
Can I finish?
Yeah, go ahead. Because I was right there. Go ahead.
He said, hey, what kind of fruit you got in your bag? I was just walking by. I said, I ain't got no fruit. And then so he took me in the back room.
That's no.
Hell no.
Let me get this out. What you say? Hell no.
Hey, he brought out that Michael Jackson. Hey, he brought out that Michael Jackson.
Hey, cap got the guy said, hey, how much food your guys got? I said, sir, I wish I had some. He said, matter of fact, if I had money left, I would have buy some. So we start laughing. So me and Captain Harry walk right through. Captain Mazar go.
And hold
what
on.
do you mean by that?
No, that's not what I said. And let me give you the context of that.
What is the context? Yeah, go ahead.
The context is that you Haitians destroyed my bag. And I was already upset because you Haitians destroyed my damn bag and my lock and broke my zipper.
Can somebody explain?
You Haitians did, man. But I went to Haiti to go bring them God's word and put my brick in. That's what these Haitians did to me.
Can somebody explain to Captain Amozaya, when you travel, no matter where you travel, overseas or wherever, internationals, your bag you sent, when you check your bag never come back the same?
Yeah.
Can somebody explain that to the brother?
Yeah, TSA will go through
the brother said they destroyed. Listen, there's always going to be some type of dent, some type of
Haiti
thing.
was not my first trip. My bag never came back like that. It's like they were looking for mud in my bag or something, or that baby powder. Or something.
Where's the powder?
They were looking for something that baby powder in there.
I remember Jamaica. They stole your bracelet, your Benjamin.
Yeah, they stole my bracelets out of my
bag.
bag.
So Jamaica, they stole your bracelet. Haiti didn't steal nothing.
But y'all broke my bag.
Yeah, they broke your bag a little bit. They broke your bag a little bit.
Same thing, Deacon.
There was a foot. Maybe you hiding something in there. Maybe you got some picture of Selassie in there.
Hey, but you know what's so heavy? What you guys are saying, y'all's in the spirit, because that was the next script. Because according to Proverbs 15:1, it says a soft answer turns away wrath. So that's exactly what the brother on the line is going into. Because look, you pop off at the mouth with Johnny Law, you're going to walk away with a broken damn jaw. They're not playing with you.
Right.
You can't get away and do the things that Esau does.
Oh, and that reminds me. That reminds me.
I got another story.
That reminds me. There's a movie out. I saw it on Friday. Queen and Slim.
Oh yeah.
And that pretty much goes into what we're talking about with the brother where there was a traffic stop. They ended up killing the cop, but before that, they had the brother outside. They were searching his car. Esau was searching his car, and here goes the sister running her mouth to Esau.
Yeah.
And you saw it.
Yeah.
And he shot the sister. And they had a scuffle, and they ended up shooting the cop and being on the run. But just by, what comes out of your mouth can cause Esau or the authorities to mess with you.
You can get jammed up.
Get you jammed up.
Before we go back to the brother, I got one more story. So I just came back from a trip, right? International.
International.
Prophesying.
Bring it out.
And I had an officer pick me up.
Oh,
like, officer, can you pay for the airport? Yeah, Cap, I got you, no problem. I'll be there on time. I'm gonna help you. I'm there for you, brother. I said, all praises you in the spirit of the Lord. I land at this time. So the brother scooped me up on time. Everything was good. We rolling, man. We rolling. We turn onto my street. Whoop. Like, okay, I'm not thinking anything of it. Cops pull us over.
I'm good.
I'm like, we good. Cop says, hey, how you doing, man? Officer answers. He answers very professionally. I'm good, officer. How are you? I'm good. Can I see your license and registration? I said, okay. He's looking at it. He says, you know why I pulled you over? He's like, no, sir. I don't know. Your license and tags are expired. Now, here in Georgia, you have to renew your tags, your license plate tags every year, registration every year. He's like, your tags are expired. I said, okay. He says, oh, he's like, oh yeah, my birthday, I forgot my birthday. So he's looking at his license, he says, your license is expired as well.
Damn.
Bruh.
I'm sitting in the car, I did that. I said, bruh. I just fainted in the seat.
Hey, you turned on your street, you might as well just walk the rest
of the way out,
bro.
So then he says, you know what? He says, let me have your license as well. I'm in the passenger seat. I said, yes, sir. Because right now, I know one wrong thing said, we're going to jail. Because your tag, your registration is expired, and your license is expired. Like, jail is calling us right now. Like, the red phone? The red phone is ringing.
Hey, so Cap, before you even ask a brother for a ride. You gotta ask
Now
on.
you
You
gotta
got
check
vet 'em.
a valid license.
Everything good with your whip, bro?
Your tag's good. Can I get a
brake
ride?
light, your brake light's good, G. What's happening?
Hey, you got to go in the back and do a 10-point inspection. Hit the brakes now.
You damn DOT now.
The turn signals. Come on.
Yeah, show me your turn signals.
You go on the front, turn your headlights on. Windshield wipers. Good.
Oh man. I got pulled over one time at Georgia for that. But listen, when the cops pulled me over, I was the nicest guy.
Yeah.
Hey, you know,
too,
hey,
Deacon.
what I try to do is I try to play stupid. What? I try to play stupid. I get away. Hey, listen. When I get away with it a lot of time. I play stupid. Say, hey, you license expired? I'm like, no.
You bush.
Hell yeah.
No, not me.
I'm like, no. Are you serious? No. Hey, I got pulled over in one of the widest neighborhood in Georgia. I forgot the name of it.
You were way up past Kennesaw.
Way up there, Kennesaw.
You up there?
No, not Shuttle.
Nah, after Kennesaw.
Calhoun.
Calhoun.
Marietta,
Canton.
Alpharetta.
Rome. I think it was Rome.
Yeah, it was Rome.
But
damn.
My license suspended in New York. It was an old guy. He said, he come back, he said, oh, you know that's suspended? I'm like, nah, hell no. That's impossible. So now you know I play stupid. He said, oh yeah, you like suspended in New York. I'm like, are you serious? He said, come out of the car, I'll show you. Come have a seat.
Oh boy.
So he said, come out of the car, come see. He was on a motorcycle. He said, look the computer. Look, that's you, right? I said, yeah. He said, don't worry about it. I'm not going to arrest you. I'm not even going to tow the car.
In Rome, Georgia.
I was shocked. He said, this is what I want you to do. I want you to call your wife, come get the car. But as for you, you're going to have to walk to work. But he know where I work. My job was right in the corner. He said, I want you to park the car right here. The car's not moving. You go ahead, walk you behind to work. Call you have to get the car. But he said, I'm going to give you a chance.
I remember that.
Remember I call you?
Yeah.
Yes, remember that wasn't Rome.
That was
up there.
It was up there.
So he said, park the car. So that's what I did. I walked to work and my wife come get the car. And I remember I called you and I said, hey, can you give my wife a ride? But what I'm saying to you is when they pull you over, like the lawyer said, be as nice as you can.
Hey, this captivity.
DOT, I got pulled over in the wait station. Again, play stupid. Oh, well, I always get away with it.
Oh, maybe he got.
Somebody said, start talking Creole.
He said, I remember what I did. He said something. I'm like, no. Are you serious? He said, yeah.
Yeah, when your voice gets high, it's believable.
I said, no. What? Are you serious? I said, are you serious? No. He said, yeah. I'm like, no, that's impossible. Then he go, all right, get out of here. I said, thank you, sir.
Hey, your voice got real clear there, right?
Hey, that's that Matthew 5. He agreed with that adversary quickly.
Hey, so yeah, going back to the brother, what do you say about that? What do you say about that?
Which one?
The lawyer. Yeah, the lawyer.
Hey, you still there?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah. So just basically going off of what Deacon said, that's how we are to conduct ourselves. We should not be coming out the spirit.
Be combative.
And I know you touched on those. Would you like to, touch more on that?
Yes, sir. It's just being emotional. You're not going to win out on the street. You're going to end up taking money from your family for bail because they will arrest you. They're not going to play with you. They will arrest you. You'll end up with a charge of resisting arrest or something else drummed up against you. And so the best thing is, well, officer, I don't agree, but, I'll take the ticket and I'll see you in court, something like that. You can, be yourself, but just don't be emotional and be tactful and get out of there as quickly as you can.
And a lot of the problems with why we conduct ourselves the way we do is because our influences come from rap music. And a lot of times we learn these things from the rap music because they portray in a certain, because what you have in music now is a bunch of like ex-drug dealers who are now making music. And because they glorify this lifestyle, we go out and we want to live that lifestyle. We feel like if they rapping about turning up on the cops in a song, when we get into a situation with the cops, we want to turn up because it's cool to have those stories to tell your homeboys.
Man,
like
I told them folk, but they put me over, but I was like, why the hell you
yeah,
put me
that's
over
because that's how you talk once you get back to your homeboys. You bragging about what you did or how you did what you did, all because it's a cool thing to do.
I remember Jadakiss rapped. He used to blow smoke on the cops to write tickets.
Okay.
Remember that?
You hear that joint?
See that?
Now you blowing smoke in the cop face and you done got beat to sleep.
Yeah, you got beat to sleep.
Why you said they just released that video of Sandra Bland from her perspective, what she was recording.
I remember that.
And that's what she was doing. She's berating the cops. She going like, oh, you gonna do all this over a turn signal? A turn signal?
Why you locking me up?
Oh yeah, brother. He done draw down on it, everything. Like,
I'ma light your tail up.
Yeah. I think he said it. He said it.
Next thing you know, she in a jail
he
cell.
said, I'll light you up. Yeah.
Hey, you know what's so heavy? Give me that in Proverbs chapter 28, verse 26.
Hey, before you bring the scripture, bro, you still there?
Yes, sir.
Before you go, man, I want to thank you.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for calling. We appreciate you. Thank you. Hey, by the way, I know I was supposed to call you since Friday, but I'm sorry, I forgot. I know I called you in a short minute last night. I want to thank you for coming through for us. I appreciate you, bro.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very much.
Excellent.
All praise to the Most High.
A wealth of knowledge, bro.
Yes, very much.
Thank you, bro.
Shalom. Most High Christ bless.
Christ bless, bro.
All praise.
Proverbs chapter 28, verse 26. He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool.
Stop that right there. Because many of us feel like we were saying that you can go on Facebook or YouTube and see Esau get out of all the traffic stops with the law. You are not Esau.
Right.
Stop letting YouTube pump you up that you could break the laws and get away with things like Esau does.
Nope, we cannot.
You can't do that. Right. Go ahead.
He that trusteth in his own heart is a fool, but whoso walketh wisely, he shall be delivered.
Deacon Malachi just said it. It's all in how you speak. Like the lawyer said, how you carry yourself. Be tactful. Yes, sir. No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So on and so forth. Fight it in court if you feel that you've been done wrong. Obtain an attorney, as the attorney told you. Okay? Don't try to take matters into your own hands because you've seen the enemy do it.
So you saying Deep playing dumb was wise?
Remember King David did that?
Yes, he did.
King David.
What you wanted me get the tickets?
Yeah.
I played dumb all day.
All day long.
Hey, just and also that goes right back to when I mentioned the brother and I got pulled over. Like, we were very respectful because at the end of the day, your joint is expired. Like, what are you really what is your argument?
You got no power. It's like you're in the middle. You cannot win.
Right?
How you gonna win?
So you know you doing 90 miles an hour. You get pulled over. What is really your argument? Like, we really don't have one. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, they'll pull you over for nonsense sometimes. But at the end of the day, like, and I'm glad the brother said it. It's not a time to really argue on the street. Right. Take whatever the citation is and deal with it later on. Okay, right. Because you don't know. Here's what they can do. They'll hit you with other things like obstructing justice. Damn, I should have asked them that. What is it about disrupting an investigation? How does it go?
Interfering with
investigation, things of that nature. They can hit you with so much more when it could have just been a simple $25 ticket.
Yep.
But because you use your emotion and take it to the next level, now they're going to take it to the next level. I'm telling you, I saw this video. The officer was pulled over, a husband and a wife. They had went out to dinner. The officer says, okay, listen. He talks to the brother about the traffic infraction. He says, listen, do you have a weapon in the vehicle? The brother says, yes, I do. The officer says, okay, do me a favor. Step out of the vehicle and we'll talk out here. The guy goes, it's really his wife that went off. Why he got to get out the car? Why he got to get out the car? She starts going off. The officer must have asked him about 10 times. He's like, listen, for my safety, for yours, I don't want to feel threatened by you sitting in the car and there's a weapon in the car. He didn't say anything about the way. He didn't say you couldn't have a weapon. He said, just come talk to me out here. We can discuss the traffic situation. No. The officer says, okay. He calls for backup.
Damn.
Guess what? They pulled his behind out of that car. Then, as he's getting pulled out, the woman is like, okay.
Oh,
No, it's too late.
Too late now.
Now he's charged with what? Resisting arrest, obstructing justice, things of that nature. You made it worse.
What Cap said years ago, I went on a date with a sister in New York, Manhattan.
Levi goes
that
on
was
dates.
the first
I
time.
didn't know Levi going.
Hey, listen.
I thought y'all like clubbed the
got that
women and dragged
romantic
them.
side
And dragged them.
Levi got the romantic
I had a
side.
similar story.
Hey,
What Cap just said, I had a similar story.
Did you clear that up in the world?
In the world.
There you go.
I went on a date in Manhattan. That was the first time I ever drove to Manhattan. The cops, in Manhattan, in New York, you cannot turn in a red light.
Yes.
Yeah,
I didn't know. I turned because at that time I think I used to live in Connecticut. I turned on a red light. The cop was sitting right there, a black guy. He pulled me over. I was driving. The sister sit right next to me. So he was talking to. You know what she did? He come in. I put the window down. He said, "How you doing?" So I was really nice. He said, "Let me have your driver license and registration." I said, "Okay, officer." She go. You know what she did? She turned the radio real loud.
Damn.
So now I'm like, yo, what the hell you doing? So I turned the door. I'm like, yo, cut it out. What the? She turned it back on again. The officer said, then she started wanting him up. The officer said, "Sir, come out of the car." So the officer said, "Listen,
damn,
is that your wife?" I said, "No." The officer said, "Is that your girlfriend?" I said, "No." The officer said, "Listen, get rid of her quick. Sooner or later, she's gonna get you jammed up." The officer said, "Listen, I'm not giving you a ticket. You know why? Because I never met a black man who talked to me the way you talk to me. If it was up to her, I would give you 3 tickets. But because the way you talk, I'm not even gonna give you a ticket. But her, get rid of her. You're gonna end up in jail with her."
Dang. Karate chop.
Telling you, we'll talk. The black woman, your brothers have to start. Listen, tell your wife when you get pulled, shut the hell up.
That's it. Don't say
Y'all should watch
telling
Queen
you.
and Slim.
Yep,
The
I'm
same
telling you,
thing
man.
happened in Queen and Slim.
They will get you jammed up.
Hey, Deke, and also going back to what you said, Cap. Y'all brothers, back to YouTube. If the cop tells you to wind down your window, you brothers in the truth. Y'all ain't smoking no weed, so you shouldn't be worried about it.
Right.
If the cop says wind down your window,
Wind it down.
wind down your damn window, because they gonna break your window.
Yep.
And then pull your
ass out
through
through
the
the
shattered
window.
window, cutting up your back and all that. Because there's a video the cop did that.
Simple.
He pulled the window because he only cracked it. He pulled it, shattered it, and they pulled his behind out of that
Through the window.
I think that was the video where he was screaming, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah.
Oh yes.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah.
Name
He was
didn't say-
screaming the name, and cops still beat his ass. The name ain't save him.
Damn.
Y'all tripping. Keep following these internet folks with these experiments.
Or the
Get you
Moorish,
jammed up.
or the Moorish with they or their UCC code.
Fake license.
You jammed
Or
up.
no license.
Talk about I'm a Moorish Israelite. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
I'm a sovereign. Why you stop me?
You're gonna get
so
driving on my American roads. That's why.
So let's end it with Isaiah 42:21. Damn. 22.
Got mine. That's the one I've been trying to get that all day. But
Oh, go ahead, bro.
No. Go ahead, Cap.
Now get your shine, Jew. Get your shine, bro.
Go ahead, Cap.
Yo, it's your time to shine, Jew.
Your time,
Just,
King
you know,
Solomon.
I was holding on to it all day, but
Well, the way his hair is, you cannot get no shine with that hair.
Damn, D.
I can't win, D. I cut my hair. Now you know what I'm saying? Talk about my hair.
You gotta fix your hair, not cut your hair.
I need to get a remold.
You gotta be like
born
the potter's
again.
clay, bro.
Your head gotta be born again.
Get the scripture for Solomon.
No. Go ahead, Cap. You can bring it
Isaiah chapter 42 and verse
break
20.
it down.
Bring it out.
42 and 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses.
So like we've been talking about, all the things that America sets up in our communities are all traps and snares for us. Right. They put these things in place to be able to get you into the system. Think about it. All the guns, the alcohol, the drugs, it got to come from somewhere. Right. We ain't going over there getting it. It's coming from somewhere, and they drop it in our neighborhoods, right? And because we don't apply God's laws, we fall into the trap. And then now, you facing 20 years to life. All because you didn't follow God's laws.
Hey, officer, before you go on, I was reading some of the prison letters that got back from Officer Joe. There's sisters and brothers in there, 20 years old, 19 years old, 22 years old, that's writing us that they are facing or in, starting 30-year sentences in that thing. It's just crazy how, just by the little class we do right now, a lot of our people don't know these things. We are not educated on the law or the penalties for breaking the laws. We claim ignorance like the system is gonna be easy on us. It's not gonna happen.
Right. And
we got to get out of that world we think we live in. That foolishness we in, man.
Right. A lot of those letters too, you'll see where a lot of them are real remorseful now for the lifestyles that they lived in. Why does it take us getting locked up and getting the punishment in order for us to see that we was doing wrong?
Right.
During the time, and a lot of times when I was out running, doing things with my friend, I knew it was wrong.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
I knew there was a possibility that I could get in trouble, but you never know the extremities of what type of trouble you're going to get into.
Right. You don't think about that. We never take in the consequences.
That's why now you see all the, I forgot what the show is, where they show you the interrogation room, and the dude, he breaking down crying
First 48?
Yeah.
First 48.
But he was out on the streets. He was hard bodied.
Tough.
You know what? That's why the scripture says that Esau is wiser than Daniel, because Esau does a diligent search. He thinks way ahead.
Correct.
Because let me give you an example. When Esau, not all Edomites, but most of them commit a crime, it's well thought out.
Right.
It's well calculated,
position.
well planned, and they look at, listen, if I get caught, guess what? It's worth the risk because I'm going to get this from it. Jake, we think in 5-minute increments.
Emotional.
Right.
So we're very impulsive. We don't think about, you know what? Is the payoff greater? Is it worth what's going to happen to me? The potential. Right. Because now, and listen, I don't know why the hell brothers are still dealing drugs today.
Man.
That's what I'm saying, man. With the kind of technology Esau got,
Cameras on
Esau does not have to sit in a van anymore and take pictures of you.
Right.
No.
Esau got cameras, drones.
Guess what? You know what they do now? All they do is
media.
go to your social media. You taking pictures for them.
Right.
You doing the evil. They saw you. You listen, oh, he got a felony, but look at him with that firearm in the picture. Oh, we got him.
You got the
There was the brother who was flashing money and guns on his Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Guess who knocked at his door 5 minutes later? Task Force.
Yes, because it's the Fed's own Facebook.
Yes.
That's what they said.
Oh, yeah.
I was watching
Who's
them
gonna
the
go
other
over
day.
that
It's
too,
the
yeah.
Feds. They said they don't have to hunt
They
you
don't
down
do
no more.
nothing.
They don't
You
have to do
understand?
nothing.
They set it up.
Listen,
do it
we,
yourself.
you know what it is? It's because we're a covetous people.
Right.
We flash what we have. Others covered after it. Then they flash what they probably stole or what they've ill begotten.
Yep.
Now Fed's like, okay, we got them because we're so damn covetous. We want to be like everybody else. We want to get the money. I got a request the other day from this dude, and he's just like walking around his new car and just all in it and give a damn.
Your car gonna burn.
Hey, I'll be watching these interviews of like the guys who pretty much like started the gangs like back in LA. A lot of them are getting out of jail now from like these 30-year sentences that they done did. And a lot of them now, they regret doing what they did back then. At the time, they said it was nothing to do around. In their communities, they didn't have anything to do. So gangbanging it made you feel like you was a part of something. It made you feel like you had something to do.
Right.
But one thing they were saying, a lot of times you get booked on charges that you ain't even do because
You're affiliated.
And remember, in the hood, you can't snitch. So let's say that somebody got murdered. You may have not done that murder, but because you get arrested, they pin that murder on you. You can't say
that was Solomon.
Yeah, you can't say, nah, that was so-and-so who did that. And you may know the person who did it. Now you taking those years off of something that you didn't necessarily do. All because of the gang culture and stuff like that. So it just shows you that America got it set up for the black man to fail. Finish reading that.
A brother says it took me for my third son and his mama turning into a dope fiend and getting locked up, worrying about my son to say I can't do this no more.
Damn. It don't take him that much.
Damn.
Take everything from him.
We got to go through hell to say, you know what?
He over with.
Go ahead, bro.
And they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none deliver it.
Who's coming to save us out of these conditions? The other nations ain't trying to help us out.
They benefit.
They benefiting off of this. The prison system is a moneymaker. Free labor. All these companies that get rich. You still a slave at the end of the day.
What's the one that say they make merchandise?
Hey, we got to close.
I was about to say, I'm going to end it on
Hey, before you close, there's a sister. Her name is Ladybug. I don't know. Sister, change your name.
The hell is this?
Ladybug. But anyway, she said that was a good show. She said we got to do more of these shows. All praise to Most High. All praise to Most High. We're trying to
switch it up.
We're trying to switch it up a little bit after Miami stole our spot. Of course.
Thank you, Miami.
Thank you, Miami.
Hey, Four Corner News.
Four Corner News.
FCN. But seriously,
where truth speaks.
But seriously, these brothers over there do some good work, though.
Yeah.
I was watching their show the other day, man. They're doing some good work. But what we try to do in Patient Sin, we try to change it up a little bit. We try to talk about stuff that no other camp because one thing we learn, there's a lot of dead born in black people closet.
Yes.
We try to we the type of people we like sweeping things under the rugs.
Right.
We try in Patience and Radio. What we're going to try to do, we're going to try to talk about stuff nobody want to talk about.
Right. Yes, sir.
Hard things.
Hard things. The thing that you guys don't want to face. Yes, we
deal with it.
We got to deal with it. We're going to deal with it. But Cap, go ahead.
All right, all praises, brothers and sisters. That's our show for today. Please remember we do have a school here in Riverdale, Georgia. 691 Highway 138 in Riverdale, Georgia. Come down, come learn, come be a part of this body. All right, come unify with your brothers. Okay, we have online classes 3 times a day, 7 days a week for absolutely free at IUIC Classrooms on Facebook and Israel United in Christ on Periscope. 3 times a day, 7 days a week, absolutely free. You're not going to get this platform nowhere else.
That's right.
Donations. If you want to give to the body, you could do so via PayPal. Listen, we need some new equipment for Patient Saints. So donate. If you like the show, you want to see more of the show, donate. Okay, IUIC.atlanta@israelunite.org. Okay, via PayPal. All right, if you want to give to the body, if you want to give to headquarters to keep the bishop, the deacons, the captains, the officers flying around the globe, spreading the gospel of Christ, you can do so via PayPal at IUIC.fundraising@israelunite.org. Good.
That's right.
I want to thank a couple of brothers behind the scene, but before I do that, brothers and sisters, keep Captain Yadon and Houston in your prayers.
Yes, sir.
Please keep on your prayers. He's fighting. He's in the hospital fighting for his life. Keep him in your prayers. Also, Officer Kidan here in Atlanta. As you guys, some of you know, his wife just passed away. She was only 25 years old. She just passed away this week. We're going to have the service here Wednesday, Lord willing. Keep him in your prayers, please. It's tough. It's tough. Also, the families. Yes, officer.
If I could, Dig, I just want to say thank you to everybody that did send up prayers and fastings on behalf of my family.
Yes.
Everybody is home now. So all praises to the Most High.
All praise. Officer Elisha, Officer Asa, Officer Soldier Adino, Officer Elrod, Officer Malachi, Officer Awel, Soldier Kenaniah. We want to thank all your brothers for the work you put in behind the scene. Without you, this thing would not happen. Officer Yohanan. Thank you. The sisters that provide breakfast for us this morning, we also want to thank you. Who was it, Cap?
Sister Samara.
No, let Captain Shema say because he was eating extra. Captain Shema, who was it?
I just had an extra biscuit.
You ate extra, Cap. You ate extra, Cap.
Damn. Go ahead, Cap. Who sister you say? Which sister, Cap?
Sister Samara. Sister
LaShawn.
LaShawn from the House of Officer Carmeli, Sister Brielle. I think that was it, right?
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
That was it. Thank you, sisters.
Breakfast was excellent, by the way. And it was early.
Thank you, sisters.
And it was hot.
And it was hot.
We want to thank our special guest, Officer Solomon. Officer Solomon, we appreciate you.
I'm 6 man.
Hey. Thank you, Ty. Thank you, Ty.
Don't put that on me, please.
Of course, we cannot do this without our brothers and sisters who support us online every Sunday.
Right.
Some of you, man, listen, man, I took my hat off to y'all, man.
Right.
Some of you are 100% loyal to Patient Saint.
Right. All praises.
We want to thank you. From the beginning, you've been supporting us. Continue to support. Hey, don't forget to support the Booster Club, because the Booster Club is what pay to send us to these places to teach the gospel. All these trips, listen, this trip costs a lot of money. And when we go to these trips, if a brother or a sister in need, we cannot just say we're going to pray and walk away. Right. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
We have to be able to help them out. And we living in this part of the world, then this other part, and they are living horribly. Horrible. So we have to help them out. Most like God put in our hand to help them. Remember what Christ said. If you give one of these a cup of water, you give it to me. Right. Remember that. So we have to support them. Anything else, Scott?
Yeah, of course. Very soon on Original Royalty Records. Patient Saints Volume 2 on the way.
Drop a bomb, brother. Gunshot.
Do you got a little something where you can let us see right quick?
You ain't got no gunshot?
You ain't got nothing you can let us hear right quick?
What
about Officer Solomon?
Hey, we have about 21 songs already.
No. I'm talking about right now. A little bar.
Do a little rap. Do a bar.
No,
you hear acapella, cat.
That's because you probably don't have it in you.
You know
Solomon.
what? You know what it is?
Don't have it in
no,
you.
they're gonna have to go to Original Royalty.
And get
No. We want a little bar. Right. Solomon, give us something.
Drop a bar, man.
Drop a bar.
Drop a hot 16.
Yeah.
Got to go to Original Royalty.
Got to go to Original Royalty.
I don't rap for free, man.
Bro, Solomon was about to do it, man. Bro, this brother's a hater, man.
Yeah.
This brother's a hater, man.
But
that was just something to look forward to.
That's the joint. Just know that the joint gonna be
what?
Fire.
Oh,
yeah. Just say that. You should have never done that. Hey, who else is going to be in the album? You, everybody. Captain,
Joshua 6.
Hey, when are y'all gonna let me drop some bars, man?
You don't have no bars.
When you gonna let me drop some bars, man?
Royalty Duo.
I got bars.
Royalty Duo.
I don't know if you know.
12.
Yo, Cap.
You know Selassie never
when y'all gonna let me drop bars?
You know Selassie never sang.
I gotta come up with my own album. That's what I'm.
Let's do that, Cap. We gonna do our own. Let's do
these Atlanta brothers be hating on.
Yeah.
That's right, because we Riverdale.
Shout out to the producers.
Hey. Your album gonna be Selassie featuring Mud Cake.
I don't want no mud on my album, D.
Get it out the mud cake.
Selassie featuring Mud Cake.
Nah.
Special guest,
Get it out
Officer
the mud.
Solomon.
Hey, Solomon.
Your powder ain't white like mine.
Y'all wrong.
Hey, everybody's chiming in on your new word, fananananaya.
All right, brothers and sisters, we gotta go. I know we got another radio show coming up. We gotta go. Shalom.
Bye, y'all.
Shalom.
That's why we're out here, to give you the truth. Psalms chapter 119, verse 142. Read. Psalms chapter 119 and verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy love is the